morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders got his first start in Week 12 against the Raiders in Vegas. Sanders had a solid start, going 11 for 20 with 209 yards with one touchdown and an interception. And the Browns went on to win the game easily 24-10. The Browns will be back home next week to host the San Francisco 49ers. The Cincinnati Bengals got out to a 10-0 lead yesterday, but Drake made the New England Patriots erase that deficit quickly and would eventually go on to beat the Bengals 26-20. And Donovan Mitchell scored 37 points for the Cleveland Cavaliers last night en route to a 120-105 win versus the Los Angeles Clippers. This update is sponsored by Roosters. For every $50 you spend in Roosters gift cards this holiday season, you'll receive a $10 Roosters bonus buck at Roosters locations or at roosterswings.com.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X-fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth.
Mr. T-Bone.
And a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis, pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Monday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Good morning, T-Bone.
Almost had an Anthony Rothman moment there. I almost left the microphones down and then thought the board was broken. That happened once. That was fun. Hello.
Man.
How are you, buddy?
You know, I am in great spirits. You know, after it was a rough weekend for me and the family, but
yeah,
we got through it, and I feel 1,000 times better. And it's the game week. So
what week is? Hold on. What week is it? It's just a loop of them singing. But at some point, start playing some music. Good. I like it. I like the vibes. We're good.
I got great feelings this year. Great feelings.
Great feelings. Now, earlier in the offseason, I remember we asked you if you would be willing to make a wager on Ohio State beating Michigan that involves shaving your head.
I didn't say I wouldn't shave my head.
Shave your beard.
I shave my beard.
If Ohio State were to lose to Michigan.
I'd shave my beard.
Is that an official bet now?
Sure.
All right.
I put my beard on the line.
We're starting off big time here. I like it.
Because I remember what
the beard is on the line.
What you specifically said was you wanted to see what the injury situation was like first. And oh, boy.
Oh, we got an injury situation.
We got one.
Oh, yeah. I'm still very confident.
Okay. You know what?
I really am.
You know what? I have a lot of nerves about this game. I am obviously very tense about this game. But I'm going to join you in solidarity and say that if Ohio State loses this game, I'm not saying it's going to be pretty. I'm not saying whatever, but they cannot lose 5 straight. 5 straight to Michigan. I will shave my.
Longest?
We will both come in shaved. I will leave the mustache.
What is the longest streak?
But I will put the beard back on the line again as well for that. I'm not trying to make that my thing. I just figure if you're going to do it, I'll do it too. And Dylan, you said you would shave your head, correct?
No, I will not.
The longest winning streak was, they have it 9.
You don't.
When was that?
1901 to 1909.
Right. That doesn't even count.
Ohio
State
had 8, 2012 to 2019.
Yes, in one of those eras, things called the television had been invented. In one of those eras, when Michigan was doing that, the car was a thought of the future. What an idea that would be to have a horseless carriage. Yeah, we don't count those streaks because those are dumb. That's all Michigan has to cling on to. Now, we're getting back right this week. Now, I hope and I pray to whatever deity you want to about this, that Ohio State comes in and annihilates Michigan. But before we get to all that, let's talk a little bit about the Buckeyes and what they did against Rutgers, because
quite honestly, I don't think they wanted to play that game, meaning Ohio State. I don't think Rutgers wanted to play that game. Everybody had to play that game. Nobody wanted to be there. Rutgers knew they were getting annihilated. Ohio State knew there was nothing to do with that game other than essentially have a glorified scrimmage. Help me out, because Tyvis, I watched this game and I thought, we don't have to worry about anything from this game. None of it will matter come next week, right? None of it translates because
the most important thing in this game is to walk away with guys being healthy. You're already battling some injuries, so you want everybody to be healthy leaving this game, and that's exactly what this game plan came off as.
Yeah.
They ran the ball 38 times, and all these different – they had Lincoln in quite early, and I was like, man, this –
Well, that was one of the things that, so I came away from this game thinking there was a lot of weirdness from Ohio State, but I found a way to put that in perspective and to maybe feel like it wasn't so weird. If you look at everything weird that happened in that game from Ohio State's perspective, fifth string walk-on wide receiver named Adolph,
David
getting
Adolph.
a bunch of time, like
starter.
Hail Hydra.
Starter.
I don't know that I want to say hail or anything around Adolph. That's just not whatever. Look, the whole point I'm making is like that was weird. Mylan Graham was like healthy but not playing for some reason. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if that was punishment. I don't know what it was. Lincoln Kienholz coming in and out of the game, back and forth. It was like they put him in, and I thought, oh, good, Julian Sain's done for the day. Let's keep him healthy. And then Julian comes back out, and I'm like, well,
it's
wait
like
a
random second downs and stuff. I'm like, what? Okay.
Tyvis, the Ohio State Buckeyes special teams threw a lateral on a kickoff in this game. And I thought, what the hell are we doing? And I was getting more and more frustrated. I'm being the lunatic fringe. We're all fired up over this. Like, what is going on? This is November Ryan Day. He's acting crazy. He's out of his mind.
It's the lunatic fringe.
People were getting frustrated. But here's how I've decided to look at this game and think maybe it wasn't so bad after all, and maybe I shouldn't overreact. I think Ryan Day just knows you can scrimmage most of the Big Ten and win. Previous versions of Ryan Day and many Ohio State coaches before him thought you have to scheme up something against whoever you're playing, be it Rutgers, be it Maryland, be it Indiana when they were bad, or when you're playing Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, all the supposed big dogs of the conference. You got to scheme stuff up. I think Ryan Day has learned you don't have to scheme anything up for Rutgers. Just go out there and run whatever plays you want to run. Don't really worry about what they do, good or bad. They'll get home on a few things. They'll beat you on a few things. But by and large, you'll win a game 42-9 like you did this weekend, and no one will care. So I think that's why, if you look at it from that framework, Lincoln Kienholz coming in and out of the game, that was just because Ryan Day decided, I want Lincoln Kienholz to get a couple touches here in this situation. I wanted to see what he can do in this moment because he's treating it like a practice. That's all the way I can look at this game.
Honestly, I looked at this game as one of those situations where we were like, I don't know if you could beat a team. Can they win a game just solely running the ball? And I think, obviously against UCLA, it was a really good test where they ran the ball very effectively, and that really led to them winning. But this one, to me, they really leaned on the run game. And, I mean, they scored 4 touchdowns on the ground, and 3 different people scored? Like that to me is like, all right, y'all really figuring out this run game, and it's peaking at the right time. And I think, actually what makes this game so exciting is that if you looked at the Wolverines, they had played a really good game against, Maryland, and it looked like Bryce Underwood threw a couple of touchdowns, and I watched it. I'm like, he's peaking at a good time too. So the game should be very interesting. It should be a good game.
Yeah, I feel like there are plenty of things you could be nervous about from that game. If you were an Ohio State fan, there was a video I saw Nicole Sheeran posted, our 10 TV sports reporter, intrepid work. She shows up on Common Man and Timmy all the time. She does a great job there too. But she got a video of Jeremiah Smith walking around, and I've decided that the reason that Jeremiah Smith walks the way he was walking on the sidelines before or after the game, whenever that video is from, on Saturday, is because Jeremiah Smith has always walked like that. And that's just the normal way he walks. And I'm not going to read anything more into it than that's how Jeremiah Smith walks. When he runs like no player I've ever seen. He's one of the greatest athletes in multiple generations. But when he walks, he looks like an old man who has to take a dump. And that's okay. That's just how he walks as a human being walking around. And I'm just going to tell myself that so I don't get nervous all the way up before this game. That's what I'm going to say. So it's all good. This is just a scrimmage. This is fine.
None of us are doctors here, but the way he walks If we had to speculate what injury he would have, what would it be?
I mean, back or hamstring.
It looks like a back.
Right. But again, that's okay because he's always walked like that. Ever since he was in grade school, he's walked like that, so it's fine. We're all good. Hey, Max Clare had 100 yards receiving. That'd be good if we could have, 2 NFL number 1 wide receivers and then a number 1 tight end for a good NFL team. If that's what Max Clare becomes the latter half of this season, I'd love to see it. Not that he's been bad earlier in the year, but I don't think you could say that he's had like the performance that most people thought he would in this offense. But yeah, when it came time, they actually needed someone to step up because all the receivers are hurt. He did. So that was nice to see. 100-yard receiving game for Max Clare.
We've been waiting on who's the third option. And, it's always been a toss-up between him and Brandon Ennis. And he got a chance to really showcase his talent. And it's unfortunate that obviously with when you got Jeremiah and Carnell out there, it's just not enough footballs to go around. But he still is definitely an X factor in a lot of these games. And you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if we get to the CFP era and you start seeing more of Max Clare because he's kind of going to be forgotten about. Like, they could have played this season perfectly where it was like, you know what? We're going to keep you under wraps until we get to the CFP and then let you just be the X factor in a lot of games because what he did at Purdue was just ridiculous because he was literally the only offensive weapon. He was the only thing that you had to worry about on offense, and yet he still put up really good numbers. So he knows how to win one-on-one situations, and now you're giving him the situation where he's not even the focal point. He should put up a lot more yards than what he did. So it'd be something to watch as we get into the CFP if maybe they come up with something to unleash him because 7 catches for 105 yards and a touchdown, and you're the number 1 passing threat out there. I mean, like, that tells you the guy got some game.
Yeah, of course he does. That's why they brought him in. So plenty more Buckeye discussion throughout the day. Obviously, we're getting you ready for Michigan. We have Bob and Kelly coming up at 7:17. We'll talk about some Jackets. Tough loss for them over the weekend. 8:30, we will break it all down with Joshua Perry, talk some Buckeye. Clearly, we're going to talk Ohio State, Michigan. That's right. We actually have a lot of guests this week about the Ohio State-Michigan game. So we will tell you about that as we go throughout the day, too. But next up, Browns destroyed the Raiders yesterday. We'll get to it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Just one issue we're watching right now. I-70 eastbound, the right shoulder blocked off near the Kelton Avenue exit as crews clear up an issue from overnight. Everything else moving along right up to speed. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. For every $50 you spend in Roosters gift cards this holiday season, you'll receive a $10 Roosters bonus buck. Available at Roosters locations or at roosterswings.com.
Instant classics are exciting, but true legends have impact over time, like how Plant Moran has been counted on by companies and clients for the past 100 years. Counted on for advice by the workwear brand You Zip Up Every Day, counted on for guidance by the zoos and aquariums inspiring the next generation, counted on for a holistic approach to those growing, protecting, and sharing their wealth. From accounting to tax to consulting to wealth management, we're built year after year on the stories and success we help others achieve. Here's to the next 100 years of Plant Moran. Count on us.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry this holiday season, from the biggest retailers and best brands, all while earning you free gas and groceries. Stop in our stores for bonus perk offers on gift cards. Give the gift everyone wants, and get a little something for yourself, too. The holidays are magical at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go.
Grow your savings with certainty and jingle all the way into 2027 with a 16-month certificate from Kemba Financial Credit Union, earning you up to 4.50 annual percentage yield. Strong returns plus local people equals peace of mind and the best place to save in Central Ohio. Visit Kemba.org. $500 minimum deposit required to open and earn stated APY. $250,000 maximum deposit. Restrictions apply. Advantage status required. Insured by NCUA. Expires 12/31/25.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Oh, this week it's Rivalry Week, or as we like to call it, Beat Michigan Week, or Try Not to Get Pepper Sprayed Week. Rivalry Week sounds better. Let's go with that.
Rivalry Week on the Fan is sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Ryan Day's proven he has what it takes to win a natty, but can he take control of the biggest rivalry in sports? Will Julian Sayin or Jeremiah Smith have a Heisman moment? Will the Fan staff consume 500 wings in a single setting? Let's find out together. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at a mix of clouds and sunshine here for your Monday with highs into the mid to upper 50s here for this afternoon. Winds fairly light at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Heading into tonight, we're tracking more clouds and eventually some rain arriving after midnight, which will continue into the day on Tuesday. Highs are in the upper 50s here on your Tuesday, but we're tracking a cold front that will bring a few more rain showers here into Wednesday morning. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
It's Reaction Monday, where our highly trained experts talk football.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
Your home for reaction and overreaction, The Fan. Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. YouTube also. Go to YouTube 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You will be in the mix with the YouTube chat, the greatest YouTube chat in radio, is what I say. I believe about that group there. Although they're an interesting bunch from time to time. They like to goof around. They like to get after us a little bit. But that's fine. We like it too. We welcome it. And it's Michigan week. So, you know what? Michigan fans, if you got stuff to say, go say it. Go in the YouTube chat and say it. Because you know what? Honestly, at this point, I have nothing to say back to you until Buckeyes win. I'd like to believe the Buckeyes can get the job done. I'd like to believe this is the year where that all ends. I can make fun of your NFL players when they get to the NFL and can't throw a football more than 5 yards without throwing it to the other team. That I can make fun of. But I'm sorry. I got nothing to say to you when it comes to just how good your team has been over the last 4 years. So hopefully this is the year where we find out. But Tyvis and I, apparently we put our beards on the line.
Beard is on the line.
Buckeyes going to get it done. I hope they don't. Oh, my God.
I don't fret.
You don't fret?
I don't fret.
A little bit?
No.
Just a smidge?
No.
I
get the injuries thing. I really do.
No. It's the last year Michigan was worse than this year's version of Michigan.
Yeah, but it's just other factors that went into that game that I just, like.
You're right.
Like, to me,
the players yelled at Ryan Day. The lunatic fringe got after Ryan Day, and suddenly he turned into a different coach. You're exactly right. That's fair.
I just think that I'm giving Ryan Day credit. I would like to believe that he won't make the same mistake twice. Like, I think that's about growth, is that you won't go out. If you get into a certain situation, you wouldn't make that same mistake twice. And I feel like, I don't think it's about who the leading rusher and all that. I think that was back in the day, that was a fact. Mm-hmm. But today, in today's day and age, it's about just winning the game by any means necessary. And I think that he's understanding that. You know, he's done a great job this year of pivoting. There's been so many games that something wasn't working, and he said, you know what? Bleep it. We're moving on there. We're going to win it this way.
Right.
And
that's
you've even pointed that out.
That's a change.
I feel like with this year, if he's already shown that he's doing that, he got to continue to show that in this game. This game shouldn't be no different. If you get out there and you want to run the ball and they're stopping the run and we're not successful, all right, well, let's go to the air, or vice versa. If the passing attack isn't working and the run game is, let's do that. But I think that, I don't know. I just truly, and I feel very calm walking into this game. Like,
good for you.
Yeah, they should be fine.
I will never not have nerves.
I mean, you lived in the 90s.
I did. I remember.
That's why you feel the way you feel.
I remember. I also lived the last 4 years. I've also lived those. So
see, but last year being the exception, all the other ones were quote unquote like acceptable, I guess.
Because the 2 years ago was not.
Not because of the way the game went, but because like leading into it, like Michigan was also like, I feel like for all those matchups, it was like top 5 matchup, winners going to the Big Ten championship game. Last year it was like, okay, you're, depending on what book you bet at least a 20-point favorite. And then you lose that game. That, for me, for someone who didn't start really watching Ohio State football until the very early 2000s, I didn't really live through the Coop era. Last year will always be the point to me where I'm like, this game is always going to be something that I'm going to be concerned about because of how big of a favorite they were, and then they lost it outright.
The brain rot reminded me of when you said I haven't lived through the Coop era, so I don't know what it looked like. There's a TikTok sound that's, well, this is what it looked like. Like this is it. This is how it felt. Where you come in every week and be like, no, not this year. Clearly. They're not going to step on the rake this year. Lucy's not pulling the football. We got this. And then, so I just can't shake that feeling until I see it
Clearly,
happen.
The sports book learned, because last year it was 21.5. This year it's 9.5.
Right. Yeah. Like they've got the line down quite a bit. So that's obviously going to be a bit of a thing that every Buckeye fan is going to be looking at that and looking to say, what you should do for that, by the way, what should happen there, quite honestly, is you should take that line and say, great, I'm going to just go bet whatever money you feel comfortable losing on Michigan winning outright, because Michigan is a dog. This is called paying for a win.
Right.
If you could go to the store and pay $100 and say, in return, I give you $100 target, and you deliver to me Michigan embarrassment and Ohio State victory, I would pay at least $100 for that, maybe more, depending on how desperate you are. So I'm saying you put that money on the bet, and then only on Michigan winning. That's it. You can get cute with it and go, oh, well, I'll take the Michigan plus the 10, because then maybe Ohio State, or then they win, but Michigan keeps close. No, stop. I just want, if Michigan, the only thing I want payment for is if Michigan wins, then I get a bunch of money back. Otherwise, I am paying for Michigan. I know I'm getting rid of this money. I want Michigan to lose. So put that level of money on it, especially now that the line's so high. You'll probably get a good return on that in case the unthinkable happens. But meanwhile, you part with money that you're otherwise okay with parting with. That's how I'll be betting that game. So
I do have a friend that actually does do this. He bets outcomes that he doesn't want to happen.
Yeah,
so
that friend is your friend T-Bone, who sits right here every night, 6 to 10 a.m.
So if the team he wants to win wins, he's happy, and if they lose, at least he profits from it.
Well, see, right. That's exactly right.
Y'all got the wrong mindset. That means that
I don't do that.
That means that there's a little doubt in there, and that's not good.
There's always going to be doubt for me, Tyvis. I didn't play and win 4 of these gold pants like you did.
Maybe that's my problem.
That is your problem.
I think that's
not
what my problem is.
Tyvis, that's not a problem. It's that you were like, well, it's not that hard. Just go out there and do it. You ever see the video? There's a great video of Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear himself, a Columbus legend, Ohio State legend, who was at some kind of like pro-am tournament thing, and there's a putt that's like 50 feet from the hole, and there's a guy who's standing there, another legend, who's like, Jack's like, come on, man, just putt it. And he's like, you can't putt it from here. He's like trying to line it up. And Jack's like, want me to show you how to putt it? And he just walks over, drops the ball right where the guy's ball is, doesn't even look at it for 2 seconds, smacks the ball in the hole. And he just like looks and says, see, it's that easy. That's you walk into the locker room with these Buckeyes. Like, just go out there and win. You've done it. It's easy. For you, it feels easy. For the rest of us, it's nervous.
I just just do your job.
Yes.
Do your job.
Do your job. Exactly right.
Y'all, if you look to the left or you look to the right, you got a bunch of playmakers out there. There is like some bona fide players on this Ohio State team. So there's nothing to fear. There's not one guy on their team that I would take over our guys currently. So like, I don't understand it. Like I really don't.
I agree 100%.
Like, there's not one guy on that team that you could point to and be like, you know what? I'd take him over the guy that we have. They don't really have that, in my personal opinion. So if that's the case, just do your job.
Dude, I watched that Maryland game. Michigan played Maryland, beat them 45-20. I had, conversations with some family members who were like, I'm a little worried now that I saw Michigan put up the 40. Don't. Maryland is a different program after September. Every year they do this. They win a bunch of games in September.
One of our recruits.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They flipped like a 3-star guy.
Yeah,
he watched Maryland get their ass handed to him by Michigan. He was like, "Yeah, I got to go to Maryland." It's like, okay, whatever.
He said he could be the missing piece at Maryland.
Dude, if you watched that Michigan-Maryland game and thought, I want to go play for Maryland, then we don't need you at Ohio State. That's all I got to say about that. I wish him nothing but the best. Hope you have a great career, buddy. But you're not built for here. If you watched Michigan win, like, I want to go to the loser team, then you're not built for here. So go ahead, go over there. We don't want you here.
He better than KD.
KD who?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, well,
Kevin Durant would have went to the Wolverines.
Yeah, I agree that Kevin Durant would be atrocious at playing defensive line, in college football. I do agree with that. Is that what the guy was? Defensive line? He's some kind of line.
D-tackle.
Okay, right. Yeah, put Kevin Garnett right over the center. I'd love to see him play that. That'd be great. Put him in the middle of that bear front defense that Urban had trouble with.
Kevin Durant on the D line would be hilarious. All he had to
imagine?
Do is, he's a 7-footer. Just stand up and put your hands up.
That would work if you were going against Dylan Gabriel, I guess. That would be a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but I watched that Michigan game, and I'm not worried about them from the standpoint of what I saw there. That's because Maryland is bad. Also, Bryce Underwood threw like 3 picks in that game. Maryland just couldn't catch him. So, like, it's not about me being worried about the talent on Michigan. It's me being worried about all the intangibles that happen when it doesn't matter what the talent level is. You throw the records out for these games. That's why I'm nervous.
Ohio State has to play their game. They can't play the Wolverine game. That's the thing. And that's
exactly
where that's the trap that they fell into last year, that they started to play the game that the Wolverines wanted them to play. You play what you do, what you've done the best, and what's gotten you to this far. Yeah. That's it.
And you know what? That's what gives me that Rutgers game being just a scrimmage. That Ryan Day said, I'm not trying to play what Rutgers needs us to do to be. No, I'm just gonna go out there and do our game. That's the way it should be this weekend against Michigan. All right, we got to talking. 2 minutes away. Last night, yesterday afternoon, you saw the Browns go to Las Vegas and get a victory. Huge victory. Wrist up, sack record, and more. All that in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. Just one issue we're watching right now. I-70 eastbound, the right shoulder blocked off right near that Miller-Kelton Avenue exit as crews clear up a problem. Everything else looking right up to speed. A little bit busy on the west side on I-70 and on 315 right near campus. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
This November, Window Nation puts an end to your window problems. You'll save big, too, with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0 interest for 5 years. Hurry, the sale ends soon. So schedule your free estimate right now at windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
It's amazing, off of 1 week of practice, you know what I mean? This 1 week of practice. So imagine, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous. But it's just a 1 week of practice, so I'm just truly thankful, that everything happened.
Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders, it gets dangerous after 1 week. I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Hey, man.
It's 1 week of practice.
Listen, I get that there are people that don't like it, that Shedeur Sanders is confident in himself and feels very good about himself. But you know what? I don't really care. I've always said this about Deion, and I'll say it about Shedeur. Some of you just don't like the fact that they say the thing that 90% of the guys in the league feel. They just won't say it to you, right? Like Shedeur is confident in himself. You think the backup third-string tackle on any team that you watch isn't also just that confident in himself? He is. He just won't go out there and say it because he's not Shedeur Sanders. Because he didn't grow up with Deion Sanders. This is his dad. So, I think I'd probably be a little more confident, too, if I grew up with Deion Sanders and my dad telling me I was great and all that stuff. But he did play much better this week than he played in his first outing. This was his first start, had a full week of practice, and Shedeur Sanders has the confidence to go with that. So, I don't blame him for being confident at all.
Well, yeah, I think when you put in the work like that and, all of the stuff he's saying is 100% true. When you're not nervous or anything because you've prepared. The only time you're nervous is when you feel like it was something that you forgotten. For him, he felt like he did all the preparation he needed. He felt like there was nothing more he could have done to be more prepared for this game. And I think that's why he was able to go out there and play at such a decent level. The one thing is that you could tell he's having fun with it. And again, it was just you could see just from not just him, but everybody on that team just had a different pep to their step. They looked like they all enjoyed football. I laugh at the Myles Garrett thing because when he threw the deep bomb to Isaiah Bond, they got the video of Myles looking like, and Myles is like, I don't know, who is he throwing to? And he said he looked up and seen Isaiah Bond because that was the first time he seen somebody throw a deep ball like that and seeing Isaiah Bond wide open, and it just had him excited. And it's plays like that excites the defense as well. You see the offense putting up points and throwing the ball downfield and making these completions. It makes the defense say, well, if they doing that on offense, let's get the ball back to them. And now you see the defense starting to get sacks, and they really getting after it and getting the ball back because things are happening when they get the ball back. So to me, it's when you got that going on, it's very hard for me to believe that they would turn away from Shedeur and go back to Dillon for next week. I know that Kevin was non-committal after the game when they asked him that question, but to be honest with you, I think that my personal opinion is he don't want to he got respect for Dillon Gabriel. He's not going to talk to him. He's not going to let him know his job is gone in the post-game press conference. He's going to let that thing go on Wednesday. He's going to make the decision and make the announcement Wednesday. But there's no way. There's no way after that performance that you would go back to Dillon. It doesn't make sense.
How would you be able to look the rest of the team? You've talked about that a lot, where it's when it comes to veterans, right? Where it's this veteran guy is winning. Hell, Joe Flacco, when he was with the Browns earlier this year, which seems like a million years ago, by the way.
He said he would contemplate retiring after that, too.
Right.
He got benched.
Sure. But like there was a time where I was saying in the preseason, like, why not start one of the rookies? And you and other people in the media brought this up, and it's a fair point, especially if you're a former player, that like, how are you going to go to the guys in the locker room and say, yeah, we know this rookie doesn't give us as good of a chance to win at the start of the year. You want to go with the best chance to win now, not necessarily maybe in 6 months or a year or 3 years from now, because some of those guys won't be there. And I think now that we are in the season and clearly all that's played out is played out, Shedeur Sanders, you have to acknowledge between him and Dylan Gabriel and anybody else, Bailey Zappi, like there's no other option out there that would give you more of a hope that you could win on this team. We can all debate whether or not that's the best strategy from a draft position standpoint, but hell, man, the draft position isn't going to matter as much if you find your quarterback.
No, it's not. And if you find your quarterback, I mean, it makes it easier. It makes the offseason a little bit easier, especially when it comes to making the decisions in the draft. You know, if you got your franchise guy or the guy you think is your franchise guy, now you can build around it. Now you can go out and look for a wide receiver. Now you can go out and look for an offensive lineman and things like that. And you don't have to spend a pick on a quarterback, or you don't have to worry about trying to package it up to trade up or stuff like that. Like, I think that a lot of people should want Shedeur to be the answer at quarterback because it expedites the Browns making a comeback to being a relevant team again. It's because they found their franchise guy. They're in a position to get players that can really come in and make an impact the first year in the league and things like that. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, and there's no way Jimmy Haslam is letting Kevin mess up his opportunity to get a sellout crowd at the state at Huntington Bank Field on Sunday. It's just not happening. So Kevin ain't making this decision. This is Jimmy stepping in. Listen, I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what you think. After that performance, they coming to see 12 in this next game. We start.
Are you kidding me? Jimmy Haslam is going to be selling Shedeur Sanders wristwatches, like that'll have his face on it for a deep discount. You can get in there now and wrist up with an official Browns watch. They'll be doing all that. But no, Shedeur Sanders, to be fair, as much as that was, he played well yesterday, okay? Here's the stat line. 11 for 20, 209 yards, a touchdown, a pick. Not a good pick, by the way. That was an egregious pick that he threw. And he had a quarterback rating or passer rating of 87.3. I always forget. It's passer rating on ESPN, and then the QBR is a different thing. What I would just point to here is was that the greatest outing you've ever seen? No. It was a marked improvement from week one. Now, I think it's foolish for us to presume that progress is going to be linear with any rookie quarterback. I think it's foolish to presume that he's going to just double up what he did it feels like he doubled or tripled what he was doing last week to this week, right? I don't think you can expect next week he goes out and he's, they're giving him, 37 passes and he's, 28 to 37 for like 350 and 4 touchdowns. Like, I don't think we're going to see that type of progression right away. What I do think is it opens up your offense to be able to throw the ball down the field. Yeah. It allows you to actually have some options there. And whether or not Kevin Stefanski wants to do that is irrelevant. They're going to have to if they see that this is what defenses will respect from him.
I think that what makes him different than Dylan is when you're playing defense against Shedeur, you have to be able to defend every blade of grass. You have to worry about the deep ball. You have to worry about intermediate, and you have to worry about the short things. When you listen to some of these other defenses talk about when they played the Browns, they all come out and say, yeah, we knew they weren't going to throw the ball deep down the field, so we sat on routes and things like that. Well, you can't necessarily do that with Shedeur. Now you can actually see Isaiah Bond and why they decided to give this undrafted player a fully guaranteed contract, because he makes plays like he did last week or yesterday, making the deep, stretching the field and, catching those 52-yard bombs. Like, we hadn't had a chance to see that. Like, to this point, it's been, why would y'all spend all this money on this undrafted guy? We haven't seen a Judy. Now, Judy crazy.
That's so bad. Just catching the ball in the open field and then basically stopping, trying to, I don't know what he was trying to do.
He was about to hit him with the move.
Right.
He was about to hit him with the, that dude came and punched that ball right out his head.
It's one of the funnier plays you'll see in the NFL this year.
Oh, man.
You know what? I'm glad you guys got to see that live because what the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Why was that game not on locally? There's been so many times in my life that I've been like, man, I want to really watch this marquee game, but I have to watch the Browns instead. And then when Shedeur Sanders gets his first start ever, you hit me with the opposite, where it's like, I actually don't want the game of the week between the Eagles and the Cowboys. I wanted to see the Browns.
Well, for what it's worth, locally, I believe the way that works, because, again, we work at 10 TV, and that's the local CBS affiliate. I don't have any insight because I haven't gone over there and asked. But my understanding previously has been that there are weeks where you get, as the affiliate, you get 2 games. Like Fox yesterday locally had.
Well, wasn't this a Fox game or no? Was it a CBS game?
No, this was a CBS game. Yeah, that's why. Because then Fox had, you're right.
Right, they had the game of the week.
Eagles Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then they also had the morning window. Both of them had the 1 o'clock window, not the morning window.
Right.
When that happens, the local affiliate gets either the morning or the 1 o'clock or the 4 o'clock is what I'm trying to say. And so it varies week to week which affiliate gets to do that in a market, is my understanding. So it sounds like in this case they had the morning window or they chose the morning window, whatever the case was. Either way, maybe not knowing that Shedeur was going to start. If they did, that'd probably be what they would have wanted. However, I don't know. Bengals fans complain all the time their team's not on locally, so I get the frustration.
Well, allegedly, I know a guy that can help you out.
I didn't even know this was going to be a case until like 15 minutes before the game. I was like looking at the guide and I was like, I'm not going to have it.
I was leaving it on the CBS. I was leaving it on CBS just thinking like, all right, well, they're going to, and they kept going to like extended coverage. And then I looked at the app and I'm like, Browns already scored a touchdown. What the hell? Why did this game not kick over yet? Because I just lost track of the time. And then, you're exactly right. So if you didn't get to see it, there's good highlights on NFL.com. Go check them out. I hate to say it, but that's what happened. We'll talk a little bit more about this game because there was something else that happened in this game that I think should overshadow anything else that Shedeur Sanders did. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. A heads up for drivers in Plain City. The ramp from 42 to 33 westbound slightly blocked off due to a crash. We're also still watching slowdowns on the west side on I-70 right near Hilliard Rome Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your climate hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. After retiring from professional football, I never expected that me, Bobby, I'd have low testosterone. So I went to my friends over at Affinity, I got my labs done, and now I've been on a testosterone replacement plan with Affinity for 8+ years. Best of all, they've supplemented it with peptides and lots of other great products. Learn why me and thousands of men trust the experts at Affinity to feel their best. Get more energy, better workouts, feel like yourself again. And do not waste another day. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com today.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $289 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
When you're building a nursery school, elementary school, charter school, high school, vocational school, or jiu-jitsu school, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and most rental locations in Columbus, you can count on us to get you the right equipment at the right price right now. No matter what you got going in or going up. All powered by people. For equipment know-how, support, transport, and training. No wonder the Columbus builders who are building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
'Tis the season for making memories. Give the gift of more time together at Dick's House of Sport and join us for family fun events all season long. Plus, climb a rock wall, test the multi-sport cage, and perfect your swing in a golf simulator. And shop the widest selection of the hottest brands like Nike, FP Movement, Adidas, Carhartt, UGG, and Stanley. Unforgettable moments start here at Dick's House of Sport. Visit dicks.com/House of Sport to see what's happening this season.
Make your list, check it twice, and shop smart this holiday season. Open a Visa at Kemba Financial Credit Union and add some jingle to your wallet with $150 cash back after your first $1,500 spent within 90 days. Apply at Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Offer ends 12/31/25.
Shop Meijer this Thanksgiving and bring more good to your table with incredible savings on seasonal favorites. Enjoy a Meijer frozen turkey for just 39 cents per pound with M-Perks. Limit 1 per customer, no clipping necessary. Russet potatoes are 99 cents for a 5-pound bag. Select varieties of Aunt Millie's Big and Fluffy Rolls are $3.29 a dozen. And don't forget to top up your meal with the fresh from Meijer 10-inch pumpkin pie for $8.99. Make Thanksgiving a good deal better with savings on the whole meal at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Millions of fans agree this Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 23rd, 2 shows, Nationwide Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. A portion of the proceeds benefits the James and Heather Pick Music Program.
Ooh, winter's coming. And when the wind starts to blow, don't come inside to the cold. Open the door to peace of mind with your Waterworks and Header Precision Furnace Tune-Up and Energy Savings Plan. Your furnace is the heart of your home, and Waterworks and Header will have yours running at peak performance throughout the winter. Plus, you'll save on those energy bills too. Go to waterworks.com and schedule your furnace tune-up online. Waterworks and Header, heating, cooling, and plumbing. Together to serve you better.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes are back at the shot for a matchup with Mount St. Mary's.
Live fan coverage starts Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. right after Common Man and Timmy with the tip at 6:30.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut. Minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I was just putting T-Bone on the Shedeur song. Perfect timing.
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't know that was a thing?
No, I wasn't aware Shedeur had recorded music. That's
it
great.
was a whole thing because people thought that Dylan Gabriel was sneak dissing him because he said something about perfect timing when.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the perfect timing thing, people having thoughts on that. I didn't realize it was in relation to a Shedeur song. Yeah. So that's bad on me to not know that.
Dylan Gabriel, we're not going to speak his name ever again. He's irrelevant now.
Man, I don't know.
We're going to speak it once. They're going to speak it when the headline says Shedeur Sanders has replaced Dylan Gabriel as the permanent starter for your Cleveland Browns. That's what they're going to say. You're going to have Kevin Stefanski calling his name this week and say, hey, Dylan, I got to see you in the office real quick. You come here? I need to talk to you real quick.
If Kevin doesn't name Shedeur the starter, he's going to feed into the narrative. And that Shedeur Sanders fan base, or as Shine King likes to call them, the prime sexuals, will go ballistic on social media this week if Dylan
to be fair, you can't coach based on what social media would do, but I also don't think there's any logical reason not to at least let Shedeur Sanders continue to be your starter, given that when he came in, he looked really good. Or better than he looked the week before, and through the ball, your offense looked more dynamic down the field than it has most of the year. Now, a lot of that was on one play where he threw it down the field. But again, if we're comparing the two quarterbacks, which we are, Dylan Gabriel had a famous screen pass highlight. That's one of the worst throws I've ever seen in NFL history, where the guy's literally standing 8 yards away from him and he threw it like 20 feet over his head. Shedeur Sanders completes a little screen pass that goes for 80 yards or 60 yards for a touchdown, right? Dylan Sampson, who had himself a day. Very nice to see him, another rookie, playing well. But the story for me yesterday with the Browns, as much as Shedeur was and will continue to be the narrative, the story is the fact that this Browns defense literally got a guy fired yesterday in Chip Kelly. They had 10 sacks against the Raiders. Myles Garrett leading the way with 3 of them. He has now 18 sacks on the year. The record is 22.5.
Yeah, he gonna He gonna get that in 2 games.
He had a game this year where he had 5 sacks. He's already done 5 in a game. He could get it in 1 week. He could theoretically get this record.
I wonder, how is the 49ers offensive line?
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I have no idea.
See if they giving those sacks like that, because
I mean, they play at Monday night tonight. So
watch them tonight and find out.
Find
there
out.
You go. Exactly right. Yeah, that's all I'm saying is that Myles Garrett is not getting. I mean, he's getting the accolades. Obviously, when you watch the games, when you see all the history that's about to be made,
he gonna get it at Tennessee for sure.
It's
he get there in Tennessee.
Yeah, but I just feel like the records that will get broken in the NFL over the next few years, when you have now a lot of guys having opportunities at 17 games versus 16 games when a lot of these records were set. Myles Garrett is going to be one of the asterisks to that, I feel like, where you need to be able to point out Garrett is probably going to break this record before we get to 16 games. So when you go back and look at the numbers and say, oh, well, he had an extra game to do it. No. The way he's playing right now is unlike any defensive player I've ever seen in the NFL. I was alive to watch Reggie White. I was alive to watch Lawrence Taylor. I say you stack him up against those guys in those eras, he's just as terrifying as those guys were. Name the player that's more terrifying than him on the defensive line in the history of the NFL. I'll wait for your answer because I don't know if there is one.
Yeah, he had 18. The record is 22 and a half. If he get 1 to 2 in this against San Fran, he definitely breaking it against Tennessee. I'm just tell you that now.
He's unreal. He's unlike any player I've ever seen in the NFL.
The fact that defensive line got 10 sacks in a game is just absurd to me. But I tell you what, we all at the time we kind of crucified the pick, but the Mason Graham pick was absolutely a great pick. And the reason being is because it allows Myles to have these opportunities. You think about Malik Collins, Mike Hall, and Shelby Harris and Mason Graham. Those 4 guys do an unbelievable job of pushing the pocket straight ahead that is flushing these quarterbacks. A lot of the times when Myles was just on the edge, these quarterbacks would step up in the pocket and they could just kind of avoid him that way. But when you got those 2 defensive tackles really pushing that pocket backwards, there's nowhere for the quarterback to really escape from. And Myles is doing a great job of continuously being relentless. And if you play quarterback and you know that they're sliding the protection to the left, you got a tight end to the left, you got a tackle to the left, and you got a running back to the left, you would think, if I need to buy myself some time, I should go to the left. Well, Myles is doing a great job of getting through 3 people and still being able to make the sack. So it's ridiculous what he's doing. He's finally reached that extra level. That motor that I thought he never had is there. He's become very relentless. And shout out to the defensive tackles for actually being able to be good enough to, not allow that quarterback a lane to be able to escape from.
Yeah. Andy, by the way, said, Aaron Donald, does he not count? I was saying I've never seen a player like Myles Garrett.
I was going to mention him too, yes.
I'm not about to do this with anybody. Aaron Donald, to me, is the greatest defensive player I've ever seen play with my own 2 eyes that I watch. Myles Garrett is great, but Aaron Donald is a GOAT. I'm not gonna Aaron Donald.
I'm not gonna compare their numbers too because
I'm taking Aaron Donald over Myles.
They played a different position, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think that as dominant as he was, if you said give me one guy, you need to make a play. You have one drive. The offense must be stopped in one drive. And you can have whatever the defense you want, but you can start off with one guy. I'm picking Myles Garrett on my defense to start off. If I'm in it, again, there's no I don't know how you do that, right? But if I'm building a defense in all of NFL history, I'm picking Myles Garrett. Maybe I'm prisoner of the moment on that, but
I'm taking Aaron Donald every time.
Okay.
I think fine. Aaron Donald was different because we weren't used to seeing a pass rush from a defensive tackle like that. And he could do all the stuff that a defensive tackle is supposed to do. And when you are disrupting a offense from the interior of the defensive line versus the outside, hurts a quarterback a lot more.
That's totally fair. And I think that's partly why people value him a little higher is because they're just not used to seeing it. We've seen all these guys who are great defensive ends who have not done what Myles Garrett is doing. I'm saying we're used to seeing guys do what Myles Garrett does, and we're still shocked. Whereas with Aaron Donald, it's like, well, you don't see defensive tackles get after it like that. No, you don't. And that's why he's an all-time great, and he will go down as one of the greatest. It's a fun debate to have. But for me, I've seen so many great defensive ends, and he tops all of them. I've never seen anybody as good as him. So for me, I think that's why it's so significant that he's standing out in a field that's already littered with guys who did that stuff. So, yeah, incredible stuff from Myles Garrett yesterday. And I feel like if we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders, and we should, because he had a great game for him, a vast improvement from his first week out. Some of us tried to tell you last week that we saw the difference last week when he was 4-16 and got yelled at on Twitter for it. How's that feeling today? Just wanted to take my little victory lap on that. It's fine. Just saying that I think some of us could see that. But if we're going to talk about Shedeur, the main story to me there is that Myles Garrett got the job done. So much so that, yes, if you didn't catch that, Chip Kelly told to say bye-bye. So, good to know Ryan Day is going to add an offensive analyst for the playoffs run. That'll be great. We can have Chip Kelly back in the building. He can help add to whatever Ohio State's offense is doing. I hope that phone call is being made immediately.
Well, we talked about him potentially being able to come back with Brian Hartline, maybe taking the Penn State job. Terry Smith might keep the job over there.
That's the that whole Penn State thing is so crazy.
That's what they want. They got the players coming out saying, hire this man immediately.
Don't let the players make that's so dumb. Yeah, let the guy, half of them are leaving anyway at the end of the year. Let them make the hire. No, hire the right guy for the job, Penn State. Don't be dumb. Or do, because I don't care. I hope you lose every game. Former Buckeye had a big win in the state of Ohio. Bengals fans aren't too thrilled about it. We'll talk about that Patriots-Bengals game next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. Watching a crash still on the ramp from 42 to 33 westbound out in Plain City. Also slowdowns on 70 eastbound. This is on the west side right near Hilliard Rome Road. We've got crews working on some overnight construction wrapping up this morning. Expect some slowdowns in both of those areas. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Timmy Hall and AI Common Man again for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We've got game day watch parties every Saturday, plus your chance to earn big bucks. Mikey Likey.
I like it. You can earn tier points by playing all throughout November, and on Black Friday, you can win up to $100,000.
And you good, clean boys and girls can drop off a non-perishable food item every Tuesday and win up to $5,000 in Penn slot play.
Become a new member of our rewards program on the Penn Play app and get a $20 dining credit. Doggies. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and Thanksgiving is approaching quick. Still plenty of time to get your Awaken 180 consultation on the calendar to receive your $500 off. It's a thank you from Awaken 180. No, you don't need to start the program right before Turkey Day. Simply have your consultation now and be ready to start the Monday after. 4 weeks before the new year, and with results like mine, you could be down 27 pounds on your way to dropping 50. Fast results, and now with $500 off. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Diamond Sellers bring the world's finest jewelry to you at our annual holiday gala December 4th through December 6th. Celebrate the season of sparkle with up to 25% off for 1 weekend only at our Sawmill Road and Easton locations. Visit diamondseller.com/gala to learn more.
Factory direct is really pretty simple. The factory sells it directly to the consumer. I mean, we build it. There's nothing that anybody else does. We have stations where everybody touches the window. Everyone sees what's going on. So if there's an issue, we catch it as it's going down the line. That's probably the biggest thing, is the ability to make sure what goes out the door is what I want to go out the door.
Visit Rosati Windows by the end of this month and get 35% off all windows and doors.
Lights are going up, snow is falling down. There's a feeling of goodwill around town. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here.
McRib season is here at McDonald's. Right now, enjoy a McRib and pair it with our world-famous fries and an icy cold Dr. Pepper at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
McRib is here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You know that chronic pain in your knees, hip, back, or shoulders? It can make life feel impossible. But at QC Kinetics, there's a breakthrough treatment that's giving patients relief. In some cases, within a day. It's called stem wave therapy. This device has been used for over 20 years in Europe, but has made its way to the U.S., and there's a groundswell of demand for the treatments because patients are getting released from acute pain and spreading the word. Here's the most interesting detail. This device is both diagnostic and therapeutic, helping Dr. Tessler and the medical team at QC Kinetics find the problem and trigger your body's natural healing response. Stem Wave uses sound waves that penetrate, spark blood flow, and more cellular activity. That's exactly what you need to promote healing and relief. Wondering if it's a good solution for your pain? QC Kinetics is making it easy. Your first treatment is only $49. So call for your consultation and ask about the $49 treatment right here in Columbus. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders got his first start in Week 12 against the Raiders in Vegas. Sanders had a solid start, going 11 for 20 with 209 yards with 1 touchdown and an interception. And the Browns went on to win the game easily 24-10. The Browns will be back home next week to host the San Francisco 49ers. The Cincinnati Bengals got out to a 10-0 lead yesterday, but Drake May, the New England Patriots, erased that deficit quickly and would eventually go on to beat the Bengals 26-20. And Donovan Mitchell scored 37 points for the Cleveland Cavaliers last night en route to a 120-105 win versus the Los Angeles Clippers. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Awaken 180 wants to thank Columbus by offering $500 off every new program now through Thanksgiving. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracky. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program, @Bone and Tyvis 971, or hop in the YouTube chat. It's going crazy already with a bunch of Ohio State, Michigan stuff. You can get involved in that. Just go to YouTube, 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. Our buddy Heron, who is a Michigan fan in the chat.
He's not our friend this week, T-Bone.
Well, no, of course not. There's no friends. But he said, let's hope God isn't reading the chats this week, because of all the different hate that's going to go on between Ohio State and Michigan fans. And I told Heron this, and I think it's true. If you're worried about that, worried about your chance of getting into heaven because of what you might say to a Michigan fan this week, just know. When God created Ohio State, he planned this rivalry specifically for us to get all of our hatred out in a productive and non-destructive way, right? We can just say things. It's sport hate. It's not real hate. This is cathartic. So when God created Ohio State and he allowed Satan to create Michigan, that was the purpose, right? He just decided that those two were be made for each other. So then we could just get all the hate out this week. That's the way I feel about it. So, yeah, let it out this week. Let the hate flow through you with your Michigan friends. Send them messages.
Let it out.
That's exactly.
I'm pretty sure what Tebow just said is in the Bible.
It's yeah. Go look it up. Hezekiah is the. It's actually Urban and Tressel.
Y'all hilarious.
What are they? I was going to try to think of what their combined record was for the verse against Michigan, but never mind. Speaking of Urban and Tress, by the way, big week here on The Fan because, it's the game week. So we have plenty of the game guests. Tomorrow on this show, 8 a.m., we will be joined by the Lieutenant Governor of the state. Jim Tressel will join us at 8 a.m. right here on T-Bone and Tyvis. 8:30, we're going to go across enemy lines and talk to one of the, not only a Wolverine, but a Central Ohio-based Wolverine.
And Tyvis's best friend.
Jake Butt. Jay Booty. Jake Butt will join us
enemies
from Big Ten Network. We will talk to him at 8:30.
We are enemies this week. I've never heard of the guy this week.
Also, on Wednesday, we will have Kurt Coleman on the show at 7:45 a.m. On Bishop and Friends on Wednesday at 9:30, they will have Urban Meyer. So you've got Urban on Wednesday before you go off to see the family, do all the Thanksgiving stuff. And then Friday morning, we'll have Urban Meyer on our show at 8:30. So if you miss him on Wednesday, don't miss him. But you got 2 chances to hear Urban talking about the rivalry on the station this week. So lots of Ohio State guests for you all week long. Keep it tuned right here on The Fan. Bengals do not get the job done against the Patriots. There was obviously talk about Joe Burrow possibly being healthy enough to play in this game. Ultimately, it came down and was decided that he was not going to play. Joe Flacco went out and played. And it's unfortunate because the Bengals couldn't get the job done. But, man, I'll tell you, I don't know how much of this game you guys got to watch. I was floored by how the Patriots just left the Bengals in this game. Bengals defense played well.
Man, the Bengals should have won that game when they started it off with a pick six.
I jinxed them, I'll admit.
Did you?
I jinxed them in our chat. When they went up 10-0, I was like, yes, Bengals are going to get hot. I hope they get hot and miss the playoffs by one game.
Yeah,
as soon as I said that, oh, man.
Second quarter
came.
Yeah, it fell apart very quickly there. But, no, I just – there was a stretch. Remember the stretch where – I think that was in the first quarter where the Patriots went out, got inside the 10, ran 4 plays and goal distance, and ended up on a 4th and goal going for it, and then didn't end up converting, only get bailed out by a penalty, and then have another 4 downs where they still didn't get in. And I thought, I don't know, Mike Vrabel, you are trying to out-bad Zach Taylor in this game, and that's tough to do, but didn't end up mattering for the Patriots. They moved to 10-2. They ended up getting their offense clicking, and they went on, again, kick a field goal there. Maybe it makes it less hairy at the end of the game. I don't know. That's another 3 points on the road. Maybe you take those, but whatever. They wanted to try to go for it. 2 times it didn't get in. I thought the Bengals defense, after they did that, I thought, man, maybe this is the Bengals day, but it wasn't. It sucked for them.
It was sad to see. Like, the funniest part of the game was after Drake May threw the pick 6. I was like, man, that's crazy to see Drake May do that. But then Joe Flacco said, hold my beer. Let me show you how you supposed to do this.
Yeah.
And he throws the pick 6.
It was right back in his face. That was bad. That was bad. There's no denying that.
What is going on, man? Like, what's going on? This is, I don't know. And they should have just let Joe play if this the case.
Well, Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
There's 2 Joes.
Excuse
Joe
me,
did play.
I keep forgetting that thing. You got to really clarify that. I hate that. They need to let that go.
That should be a rule that you cannot have a starting and a backup quarterback with the same first name, because that's not, you're right. We shouldn't have to deal with that. I agree that is unfair workplace environment for us, that we have to try to say people's first and last names. That's too much.
If I'm the Bengals, I don't want to see Joe Burrow for the rest of the season. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't.
There's no point now.
I don't. You know what?
Well, they're 3-8, right?
Get a nice top 10, maybe top 5 pick. Go get you an offensive tackle, or go get you a defensive end to replace Trey Hendrickson.
You're saying the same thing that they've been doing, I don't know, for the past 6 drafts.
Well, they need to try again.
They went tackle, DN, tackle, DN, tackle, DN.
You know what, Tyvis?
They missed every time.
Maybe they should draft another wide receiver then.
Screw it. They can do that. They're good at that.
By the way, they had some attrition there, right? Because T. Higgins got knocked out of that game.
Yeah.
But that was a bad hit that he took. The hit wasn't bad, but when he hit his head on the back of his head on the turf, and you just saw him roll over and instantly his arms go up, and it's that's not good.
Well, if they star receiver didn't spit on somebody, they probably would have won this game.
No kidding, right? I mean, that's the reality of it. Is bad. Like I don't know, again, how you defend. I don't think any Bengals fans are, by the way. But how does Jamar Chase walk back in the locker room? I guess the answer is because he knows how good he is. But if I'm in that locker room and I say, man, you didn't have to do all that. You could You could have probably got Jalen Ramsey to get himself thrown out of a game anyway by not spitting on him. You could have just said stuff to him and he would have done that.
I mean, Jalen Ramsey's a trash talker, so I mean, it's not like, you know.
He's gotten into it with people before. Just saying, you could have done more than that.
But a lot
spit
of
on the guy.
It went on. He said something that made them fight.
I know, but
I don't think nobody's ever said something that made him fight.
Never know.
Like the only
it's always the first time for
the
it.
The only real physical altercation outside of the AJ Green was the Golden Tate, when him and Golden Tate got into it because Jalen Ramsey was messing with Golden Tate's sister and got her pregnant. And then he left her for an Instagram model. So Golden Tate was mad at him for that. And they had beef over that. So
I like how you dropped all that. Like, oh yeah, everybody knows this story. I didn't know that story.
I was unaware.
No,
I knew they had beef on the field.
This was they was chirping before the game. They was on social media and everything.
So lay that out for me again.
So Jalen Ramsey was messing with Golden Tate's sister.
Okay.
He got her pregnant twice. They had 2 kids together.
Okay.
He ended up leaving her for an Instagram model.
Oh.
And Golden Tate was not happy that he dogged his sister out like that. So they ended up playing each other. And actually, Jalen Ramsey kind of got over on him in the game. But, yeah, they got into it in the game. But that's why, because it was that tension from that.
Wow, that is, I appreciate the dedication to trash talk where you literally get into a meaningful relationship with someone's sister and have multiple children with them, and then all just to set him up so that you can get him off his game.
I like how you dropped that. I didn't know y'all didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it was real beef.
That is a really, really long setup by Jalen Ramsey to get in Golden Tate's head.
It's
that's the long game.
That's actually, yes. That's the play, right? It's where it's just that's why, honey, look, this is why I have 4 Instagram models on the side, is because I'm trying to get in all these guys' heads, because some of them are also interested in the Instagram models. I got to try to set this up so I can get in their heads. But Bengals are now 3-8, so this is all. That was nice that we thought perhaps there was a chance if Joe Burrow comes back and if you could beat the Patriots. That's all done now.
They're
right?
not mathematically eliminated.
What does that mean?
They still got
I'm not mathematically eliminated from completing in the marathon. It doesn't mean I am.
If they went out.
What are we talking about?
And they get some help from a lot of teams. All right. They're only 4 games behind Buffalo.
You got their schedule there?
Can we please?
Let's look it up.
We got 30 seconds. Let's just run through the schedule.
So they got Baltimore, Bills, Baltimore, Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns. In the words of Kevin Garnett, hit anything possible?
No, it's not. No, I'm going to say. Isn't that a Jason Tatum quote? Am I wrong? No? Okay.
Everything Jason Tatum does is original.
No, that's not. His is, we did it. We did it!
He's just trying to replicate memes with his celebrations. It's sad to see. All right. So Bobby Kelly is going to join us next. We'll talk some Blue Jackets. They did not. This is going to shock you. The Blue Jackets they had a lead late, gave it away. Unfortunately, this time over the weekend, it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. So we'll talk to Bob about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching a crash on the ramp from 42 to 33 westbound. This is for drivers out in Plain City. And we are still seeing slowdowns on 70 eastbound right near Hilliard Rome Road. Everything else looking right up to speed. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Great Lakes Hyundai of Dublin is turning Black Friday into the ultimate 2-day car buying celebration. Buy any new Hyundai and spin the wheel to win prizes like AirPods, gift cards, TVs, or even a shot at the cash machine. Friday and Saturday only at Great Lakes Hyundai of Dublin.
Ring in 2026 in a big way at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Don't miss our $65,000 New Year, New Wheels giveaway. You could drive off in a 2026 Chevy Traverse or take home $35,000 cash. Earn entries playing your favorite slot and table games all month long. The fun doesn't stop there. Catch live entertainment, hit the dance floor, indulge in fine dining, and count down to a balloon drop at midnight. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in Ohio.
'Tis the season for making memories. Give the gift of more time together at Dick's House of Sport and join us for family fun events all season long. Plus, climb a rock wall, test the multi-sport cage, and perfect your swing in a golf simulator. And shop the widest selection of the hottest brands like Nike, FP Movement, Adidas, Carhartt, UGG, and Stanley. Unforgettable moments start here at Dick's House of Sport. Visit dicks.com/House of Sport to see what's happening this season.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Rick Germain called me the other day and said, Mikey, we need you back at Germain Nissan. The dealership misses you, and people are forgetting how awesome Nissans are. I'm a dude that's owned pretty much every Nissan under the sun, and I'm excited to go back in and get my hands dirty. You have to be crazy not to consider a Nissan from Germain Nissan. J.D. Power ranked Nissan #1 in customer satisfaction among mainstream brands. Plus, with Germain's $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a Nissan for less. Germain Nissan, 4300 Morse Road, GermainNissan.com.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers, use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hey, football fans, it's November in Ohio, and you know what that means. It's time to face that state up north in a battle to claim forgotten funds. Join us in the statewide challenge and visit com.ohio.gov/radio to help support Ohio's takedown of Michigan. The state with the most searches wins. Who knows? Unclaimed funds could help you buy a seat to the big game next year. Claim your money today at com.ohio.gov/radio.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at a mix of clouds and sunshine here for your Monday with highs into the mid to upper 50s here for this afternoon. Winds fairly light at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Heading into tonight, we're tracking more clouds and eventually some rain arriving after midnight, which will continue into the day on Tuesday. Highs are in the upper 50s here on your Tuesday, but we're tracking a cold front that will bring a few more rain showers here into Wednesday morning. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
The best thing about watching football this weekend, talking football on Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Tebow and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
A score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
You look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Every Monday, we talk to our guy, the radio voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Bob McElligott, on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Jackets fall 4-3 in overtime to the Detroit Red Wings. Bob, what is it about the fact that it seems like every time Ohio State and Michigan play in football, does the NHL just do that on purpose where they're like, hey, this is within a week or so, we're going to have a Jackets-Red Wings game just to kind of keep that alive? Is that on purpose, do you think, or does that just kind of randomly happen?
I would love to think someone was that smart, but I would
doubt that they are.
Yeah, and the NHL front offices, the scheduling department, that's right. That's not something we usually would hope for. I heard it was.
I don't think anybody in Toronto is going, hey, let's get Columbus, Detroit together this week, eh?
No,
I don't think they're doing it.
I don't know why that is either. Like, how did they have such a tough time figuring out that, oh, go figure, you can get 90,000 plus people to come out and watch a hockey game in the shoe. Maybe that's something we should have done before 20 plus years of existence for this franchise. But yeah, and that was also the opponent back then too, as we know, in that historic game, but not the same result we got in that game as we did in this one. What is it with this Jackets team late in games that we're seeing here? They gave up 2 goals in 3 minutes after they had a 3-1 lead and end up eventually in overtime losing this one, as opposed to other times where they've won them in the last few games. Now they're starting to give them away.
The funny thing is, I've had more time to think about this. If you would have asked me this on Saturday at 4:30, I would have been mad and had a different answer on this thing. But listen, there's been numerous reasons why it's happened. I think there are many third periods where they are backing off and protecting leads. And
might have lost Bob there. We'll effort to get him back on in a second. I'm not sure if he's obviously traveling. By the way, Jackets tonight are in Washington to take on the Capitals in the nation's capital, go figure. But yeah, we'll get Bob back on in a second. But Tyvis, that's just frustrating. When you watch a team have that many third period leads up by 2 goals and give that up, it's just.
I'm mad that it's something that I thought we corrected last year and now it's back again. It's frustrating because you never can really relax. Like if you watch it and they go up 2 or 3 goals, it's like, you know they're going to come back. It's like the NBA. It's like in the NBA, they go up 15 points. You're like, they're going to come back at any time and still come back, and it's still going to be a game.
No lead is safe. Bob McElligot's phone line apparently is safe. We got him back here. So, Bob, you were saying we lost you when you were saying that Saturday you would have been mad, but you had some time to think about it.
I would have been mad on Saturday because I was frustrated with it. But when I look at it, there's so many different ways.
The NHL does not want Bob McCalligan to give this answer. It must be the secret. It must be the whole reason.
he just figured it out. He cracked the code.
I feel like if I ask him this question a third time, it's going to be the same thing. The wind-up's going to happen. He's going to get into the answer, and it's just going to disappear again.
Bob got the code, and he don't want to work.
All right. We'll try to see what's going on with Bob's phone. In the meantime, I saw this from Blue Jackets PR people. The Blue Jackets in Detroit have a combined 4 players that were in this game, the Red Wings Jackets game, 4 players with a active streak of games played.
Okay.
300 plus games played streak.
That's
4 Red Wings players, Alex DeBrincat, who has 396, and Moritz Seider, who had 350. Charlie Coyle, 351.
This is consecutive game?
Yeah.
Really?
Like staying in the lineup, being healthy enough to get out there. Ivan Provorov has 315.
How hard that is.
That's what I'm saying. It's 4 players in one game to do that. The NHL and the Jackets said it's the third time in the last decade an NHL game has had 4 players with that type of streak. So, yeah, it doesn't happen that often. All right, Bob, I'm really scared to ask you this question again because the last 2 times we tried, I think Gary Bettman knows you cracked the code and doesn't want you to answer this question. So we're going to try one more time. What do we think's going on in these third periods with these Jackets?
I have 4 bars here. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, I know. It's probably on our end. Who knows? It's always our fault. I blame us.
No. This has just happened in so many different ways. Like there are times that they go into this prevent defense with a 2-goal lead, and then it gets away. I thought the other day they had a bad break where they block a shot, and the block goes right onto the stick of one of the Detroit players, and they score. Which at the time I went, this is not good because that made it 3-2. And then they get a power play, and then they score right at the end of the power play. I felt on Saturday's game, I honestly felt like when they got the 3rd goal that they kind of felt like they won the game, that was going to be enough. Then it turned out not to. So I don't know. They may have let up a little bit in that one until the 2nd goal went in. Sometimes it's different. It's different all the time. I don't know what it is. And I know that Dean's trying to downplay it, but the fact of the matter is they're losing third periods, and they have over the course of the last 10 or 11 games. and they've got to find a way to turn that around. Yes, they're getting points. Okay, whatever. But there are more points on the table that you should be getting and you're not.
You know, Bob, when you look at tonight's matchup against the Capitals, I know it's early, but when you look at the standings, they're neck and neck with each other. Is this like a very important game, or is it just too early that it's not that big of a deal?
No, it is an important game because you're back in the division. As you said, you're right there with that team, and you're finishing off a road trip. And you're finishing off a road trip where, you know, you started with a loss in Winnipeg, and then you get a win in Toronto, and then you lose a point in Detroit. So, it's important. You want to finish this thing with a win. Tyvis, it's early, but it gets late early in this league. And the schedule is so compact, and it is so tough because of the Olympics this year. You better get every point that you can get because there's not going to be any breathing room except for that 3-week period in February when the Olympics go on. And then it's another dead sprint right out of that. So this is a year where it's, sometimes I might say, it's early, don't worry about it. You better worry about it this year with the way things are set up.
Jackets and Capitals in the nation's capital. That is at 6:30. Coverage starts here on the Fan. Puck drop just after 7. Bob will obviously be on the call. We are on with the voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Bob McElligott, on the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. One thing I saw that's kind of interesting, because going back to this dropping leads in the third period thing, it has felt bad. The vibes have been bad around that, and they are losing those third periods. But that game, their record still after that, in games where they have had the lead after the second period, they're 7-0-2 this year, which seems that is just, to me, an example, Bob, of how they've been playing with fire. Right, because there's a regression to the mean that's bound to happen if you keep doing this in third periods, despite what that record tells you.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just when you see it day after day. I mean, I said during the game the other day, I said as soon as they got their second one, I said I've seen this movie before. So I guess what the real key to it is, T-Bone, is that the players don't get frustrated by it, and the players just keep doing what they're doing. I mean, if you and I want to get mad about it and pick it apart and all that stuff, so be it. I mean, that's our jobs. But if they just keep doing what they're doing, I think you're right. I think they overcome it because they know it's there, but they're not looking at it like, oh, my God, this is some huge problem that we have to figure out right now. So, it's their mindset, not ours. But you're right. If you whatever you say, you look at that number, and then it's like, so what are you complaining about?
Right. And maybe the reality is if they play consistently better throughout 3 periods of hockey, that can even itself out, and they don't have the regression. But, yeah, it feels like that was one of the games that usually they probably would have found a way to win, and they just didn't this time. So hopefully they can turn around tonight and not have this happen. I'd like them to just have the lead in the third period and then just cruise to victory. I'm sure you would too. Bob, last thing I'll ask you about your Steelers. What's going on with Aaron Rodgers? You going to get right? Because they need him out there, it looks like.
I couldn't find the game yesterday because the places I walked, I couldn't find a place that had the ticket, and I couldn't watch a game, and I was so happy. I couldn't watch.
Yeah, see, you're a Steelers fan, and you're experiencing like what us Browns fans are like, this would be a good year. We would take that. So, yeah. I
came back to my room, and I saw it was 3 points, and I saw they had the ball, so I put the radio broadcast on my phone. And that was a waste of 3 minutes of my life.
Yeah, man.
So it's just, and now they got to play the Bills. I'm sure that's going to go well.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm watching. And so where I was, the one game that was on, they just had the network feed, so I had to watch the Ravens, which makes me throw up in my mouth.
All of us agree.
And they're playing the Jets, and the Jets are playing well, but that's going to last about another 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened there. So I don't know what's wrong with them. I mean, Mason Rudolph playing over Aaron Rodgers is not the end of the world for me, but they're just not good.
No.
And their defense, the highest paid defense in the league, basically stinks.
I know. Are you a Tomlin out guy, or do you still want him to stick around after this year?
It's hard for me because in my lifetime there have been 3 coaches there, and I respect what they do, but all good things come to an end, the saying says. And I just think, look, you're not winning playoff games. You haven't won a playoff game forever. It's probably time to make a change there.
Yeah. I think a lot of Steelers fans are where you are, which is weird to say because they've been so successful for most other franchises, but the Steelers don't compare themselves to most other
franchises. Send them to Cleveland. We'll take you.
See?
Playoffs every year. We'll take you.
Yeah.
Tyvis, how long would it take Mike Tomlin to get another job? Would you be able to blink an eye or not even get to do it?
You probably not even get a chance to do it. But they say the same thing about Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah. Well, imagine that. They say that about Kevin Stefanski. Imagine with Mike Tomlin on the market. I'm sure he'd be picked up quickly for sure. Bob, we appreciate it. We'll be listening to the call tonight, all right?
All right, guys. Thanks.
There you go. Bob McKelligan, voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. 2 minutes away, a Michigan man had a hilariously bad day yesterday in the NFL. We will point and laugh at him in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. We are still watching crews clear out a crash on the ramp from US 42 to 33 westbound. This is for drivers out in Plain City. And still watching slowdowns on 70 near Hilliard Rome Road from some overnight work that is wrapping up. Everything else, though, looking nice and clear. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and Thanksgiving is approaching quick. Still plenty of time to get your Awaken 180 consultation on the calendar to receive your $500 off. It's a thank you from Awaken 180. No, you don't need to start the program right before Turkey Day. Simply have your consultation now and be ready to start the Monday after. 4 weeks before the new year, and with results like mine, you could be down 27 pounds on your way to dropping 50. Fast results, and now with $500 off. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey guys, Anthony here. Time to be honest with yourself. How do you truly feel on a daily basis? Do you have the energy you need to get through a day? Do you have the focus you need to get through your work? Well, if you've started to notice something is off, then don't wait and see if the answer is testosterone replacement therapy at Synergenics and Low T Center. It all starts with a simple and free TRT test. You can even walk in before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com. The testosterone is pure, not compounded. Guys feel full of energy, not like they're still waiting for it to kick in. Now is the best time to get in because the TRT test is free. If you're a guy in your 30s, 40s, 50s for sure, there's no doubt you've been wondering what your level is and if this can help. The first step is taking the free T-test. They have clinics in Gahanna and Dublin. They give you the power to choose if you want to be treated in the clinic or if you want to receive at-home treatment. It all starts with the simple and quick free TRT test at Synergenics and Low T Center. FixMyLowT.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
A ton of Buckeyes dot the roster for this fabulous radio station this week. Of course, it is Beat Michigan Week right here on the Fan. So today, 1 hour from now, Joshua Perry will join us, talk a little football. We always do Mondays at 8:30. The Breakdown with Joshua Perry. We'll do that. Tomorrow on the show, 8 a.m., we will talk to Jim Tressel, Lieutenant Governor of the state. Had a little bit of success against Michigan, if my memory serves. So we will talk to him at 8 tomorrow. 8:30 tomorrow, we'll talk with Jay Booty himself, Jake Butt, Central Ohio guy. I believe a Pickerington guy, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah,
also,
he went to what, North?
Was it North or Central? I didn't even.
I want to say he went to North.
Well,
I think we looked this up last time and it was picked North.
We know he went to Michigan, which is a problem. But
he wanted to go to Ohio State, but Urban didn't recruit him.
Well, you know what? He can stick around. And on Friday, he can yell at Urban because we'll have Urban on Friday. So we got lots of Buckeyes. We're going to talk to Kurt Coleman as well on Wednesday morning. So, we've got Buckeyes every day on the show because we know that's what the talk is. That's what's on your mind. It's what is on our mind as well. But some NFL action featuring a former Michigan man yesterday, J.J. McCarthy. 9. 9 is the Germans, I believe, their word for no is 9, and that's what he is. He's German 9. He's no. He's bad. Packers win that game over the Vikings 23-6. It was I will say this, and I'm not even trying to defend the guy.
Yeah.
They literally have the highlights on us. We're sitting here in the studio.
These are low lights.
No, but I'll say this in a very, very slight defense of J.J. McCarthy. His offensive line clearly hates him. Because, they let every Packers player get in the backfield constantly in that game yesterday. Now, they do have Micah Parsons on that defense for the Packers, so he does that anyway. But He was awful yesterday, in part because he had no time to throw. But when he did have time, he would just throw. That pick he threw was one of the worst. One of the picks he threw.
I'm about to say,
which one are you talking about? The one he sailed over the dude down the seam where it's like, guy was open enough and he just threw it
wide open.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
And I feel like he did have time for that one, but I mean, kind of sorted to his defense. Once you've been getting hit the whole game, you kind of start seeing ghosts out there.
The funniest part about all of this is I, to this point, still don't know who's the biggest JJ hater between you and Sher. Because Sher
Richard Sherman is not a fan either.
Same thing.
12 of 19, 87 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, passer rating of 34.2. Vomit.
He retweeted
hot vomit.
He retweeted some guy that said, have watched J.J. McCarthy a few times. Obviously way too early to make judgment, but so far, as Ron Wolf or Ted Thompson would say, I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. I mean, it's funny, too, because people will talk about him having a big arm, which I guess because he rears back and throws it like he's Nolan Ryan when a guy is 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, that makes you think he has a big arm. But his accuracy down the field is how I measure a big arm, and that's just where it falls apart for him.
I'm not willing to just say the guy's not good. I just think it takes everybody different time. It clicks differently for different people. And obviously
we're going on 2 years. We're going on 2 years with him.
No, it's not.
He got drafted. It'll be 2 drafts ago. Yeah, but it's not. The problem is not
this is
physical ability.
His rookie year.
No, but this is not physical ability. The problem for him is vision. He can't see the game. He doesn't understand what he's seeing. He's not processing it. And God, maybe that has something to do with the fact that the college where you went to learn how to play the game, they taught you to play quarterback by saying, look over to the sideline and see what Connor Stallions is telling you if it's a blitz or not. That's how he had to read the defense when he was at Michigan. Now they don't have that guy, and he actually has to read it.
I thought you was about to go full Stephen A. Smith. He can't. This guy is a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect to the man whatsoever.
No, disrespect intended.
To tell the people the truth.
They were down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and still running it on first and second down.
They know they can't let him throw the ball because it's going to end in disaster. They're aware of this. They let him throw the ball 19 times in a game they trailed most of the game by 2 touchdowns, to your point,
Okay, so if we go back and we look at some of this class from last, because it was just very legendary.
I didn't say it was.
No, I'm saying a lot of people deemed it. It was 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round. Caleb, Jaden, Drake,
Bo Nix.
Sorry. Yes, JJ, Michael Penix.
The first 3 guys. The first 3 guys you named, if healthy, have had good years.
Yes.
I mean, Jaden Daniels,
but Jaden,
hurt.
But last year he was exceptional.
Right. And then the other 2 that you named Caleb Williams is having a little bit of a renaissance.
Michael Penix, where are you at with Michael Penix?
Bad. Hurt. Always bad. Always hurt. Kind of mid.
Is he their franchise guy? If you had to bet right now, will he be there in the next 5 years?
No. No. I don't think he's good.
Even if he starts playing better, he's had 6 knee injuries in the past 8 years.
Right. I can't believe in that guy anyway, but I don't think he's that good of a player. But even if he was great, he's always injured.
We know how you feel about JJ, so I'm not even going to ask you him. Okay. And that leaves Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Is he the guy for 5 years from now? Will he be the quarterback from Denver?
I feel like there are very few guys in the NFL that I would say are the guy.
That's what a franchise quarterback is. Will he make it to the second contract?
Right. I would. It might be one of those things where they sign him because they're like, well, the record's good, the team plays okay with him, but that's what a lot of teams do, right? Where they kind of get we don't want to let this guy go because that's a bad look. Yeah, that. Jalen Hurts they've won Super Bowls with
Trevor
that guy.
Lawrence.
Someone like Dak Prescott is someone that I look at that they maybe should have walked away from, but didn't because it was I don't want to know what life is like without this quarterback. I'd rather have average quarterback play than bad quarterback play.
Well, the funniest thing that happened yesterday during the Minnesota game is that for the first time in a long time, I've seen all of the Twitter or X universe agree on one thing. Because this is very rare that this happened.
Uh-huh.
The common theme was the Vikings made a mistake letting Sam Darnold walk.
It does feel like it.
I've never seen everybody agree on one thing.
They had him and Danny Dimes on the roster last year, and they chose to go with J.J. McCarthy. And here's what I want to see, because I'm all about drama and storylines only. Let's have Justin Jefferson request a trade in the offseason where they have to choose between getting rid of JJ after essentially 1 year of him playing or trading arguably the best wide receiver in the league because you decided to reach and draft this dude 10th overall.
Well, I'm just saying, if A.J. Brown is like openly questioning everything Jalen Hurts has ever done, it's like that's fine. I can understand your frustration. Watch that Cowboys game yesterday, though. Like, the offense at first I thought the Eagles were going to answer all these questions, and then they just went cold. Like, but if you're going to question that from a guy who's won Super Bowls, like, yeah, you could. I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Jefferson is like, yeah, I have questions about this guy who literally they had to give him a 5-week break during the middle of the season just to help him try to figure out the playbook, and look how well that's gone. Like, he's ass. They can't let him play. J.J. McCarthy is done. They have to put a fork in him.
He is a bona fide scrub.
Yes.
He can't play.
Offense intended. Yeah, we'll have more NFL discussion because there's a lot of other storylines. In fact, Dylan wants to. I took my victory lap on J.J. McCarthy. Dylan wants to take a victory lap on somebody who also sucks at quarterback in the NFL at a different level. But next, we're going to go positive. We're going to go overachiever of the week. Coming up next, T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching crews clear out a crash on the ramp from 270 eastbound to 71 northbound. We've got crews opening and closing that ramp as they clear this out. Expect delays to be lingering in that area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I didn't really notice the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experience some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's a Home for the Holidays, Columbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time, Sam.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are just getting hot.
Time for our annual Ford Holiday Gift Guide.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with great deals on trucks and SUVs from Ford, America's all-time best-selling auto brand.
Don't forget the first rule of holiday gift giving, Hank.
What's that, Sam?
Always remember to treat yourself, too.
Well said.
Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry-reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Call 1-877-CARS-for-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-for-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Rick Germain called me the other day and said, Mikey, we need you back at Germain Nissan. The dealership misses you, and people are forgetting how awesome Nissans are. I'm a dude that's owned pretty much every Nissan under the sun, and I'm excited to go back in and get my hands dirty. You have to be crazy not to consider a Nissan from Germain Nissan. J.D. Power ranked Nissan #1 in customer satisfaction among mainstream brands. Plus, with Germain's $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a Nissan for less. Germain Nissan, 4300 Morse Road, GermainNissan.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You know, life sometimes is about being in the right place at the right time. For example, maybe you're a huge Buckeye fan. You want to go to a Buckeye game. You want to get tickets, but you know they're tough to get. Maybe you also need new windows for your house. Maybe you sit next to them and you feel that cold, drafty air coming in. You say, oh, if only there was a way I could address both of these concerns at the same time. Well, good news. With Window Nation's end-of-year sale this November, you could save big on windows that fix that draftiness issue. You'll save 50% off all window styles, plus you could get 0% interest financing for 5 years. But you're saying, T-Bone, I also said I wanted to go to a Buckeye game. Well, good news. Window Nation is a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. And right now, when you upgrade your home with Window Nation windows, you could get 2 tickets to an upcoming Ohio State game. See? Right place, right time. WindowNation.com is where you go to get started today. 50% off all window styles plus 0% financing for 5 years this month from Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate today. WindowNation.com.
When the coach speaks, we listen. Ryan Day's weekly press conference comes your way every Tuesday at noon.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
I have got Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets to give away. We will give those away in the 8 o'clock hour. A 4-pack of tickets. Good holiday treat for you to go out, take the family. 4-pack means you can take the kids. And you know what? It's a kid-friendly show. I mean, they're not like swearing or screaming at you. It's just a good old rock show. So you should have fun with that. By the way, I've had a few people ask me, and I'm just going to address this very quickly once, and then we can move on. Ohio State, Michigan. I'm saying Michigan. I've had a bunch of people like, it's a team up north. Don't say their name. And it's like, buddy, listen. I've been on the radio in this market for 25 years. I've been alive for 43 years. I have done 3 hours of radio on a sports radio station for the better part of the last 15 years. There ain't no way I'm getting through an entire week saying TTUN, Team Up North, those guys, you know who I'm talking about up there.
You could do what I do.
What do you do?
I call them the Team Up North unless I'm on the national television for the Big Ten, and I say Wolverines.
I know, but I can't.
But I just don't. I don't drop the M. You can't drop the
that's
M.
fine. If you can do that,
unless you're talking about Michigan State, then that's totally different.
I'm just saying. I predate all the like crossing out the X's, all the M's getting crossed out on campus. I went to Ohio State before they ever thought of doing that. So I'm just saying that's a fun tradition. Keep doing it.
Just leave it at Wolverines. You ain't got to say the M. Just say Wolverines.
I'm just saying if you hear me say Michigan, I'm sorry. I grew up in an era where, I mean, literally we said beat Michigan. It's beat Michigan week. Like everyone said that. So I'm sorry that I haven't adjusted with the time. So just yell at me if you want to.
You've aged.
I have aged. I'm old. This just in. T-Bone, old, and dumb. So I know my limitations. I'm not trying to say the team up. I won't say their name all week. I'm promising you I will. So
I'm a man. I'm 40.
That's a deal breaker for you. I'm sorry. I know I'm not going to be able to do it. So now you know. That's what's happening.
And now it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our Overachiever of the Week.
By the way, if you are able to do that all week and not slip up, great. You're an overachiever. I let you live. I feel like every week we could just call this the Myles Garrett Award because he had 3 sacks. He was awesome yesterday. He's got 18 on the year. But that'd be a very boring segment if we just said the same guy over and over, right? Like, so I have another overachiever that I want to highlight, and I actually want to thank Jacob Reimer, Rhyme Time. Follow him on Twitter at RhymeTime05 if you haven't.
He's insane with the college basketball.
He loves college hoops. If you love college hoops and you don't follow Jacob, you're making a mistake there.
If you put him in a psych ward, but just put college football or basketball on the TV, he would not mind.
Oh, no, he would, yeah. He'd abandon his very young family and just be like, never mind, who cares? I'm out. I got college basketball.
I've seen more highlights this year from more teams that I never thought I would have seen if it wasn't for Jacob. I mean, he like cuts the clips out and posts the clips. Yeah. It's like he's really all the way dedicated to this.
No,
thing.
he watches. And I, as a hoops fan myself, I don't have the level of dedication to the college game that he does, but I approve and I appreciate what he does. And he brought to my attention a guy who had a great little early holiday tournament here. The Greenbrier, which is a resort, I want to say out in West Virginia.
That's where the Browns do their training camp.
Well, they have
is where they did do it.
They hosted a thing called the Greenbrier Tip-Off this past week, where they had a bunch of Power Conference schools out there playing. He does this guy, Finley Bizjack for Butler. Finley Bizjack, my guy. He was biz-jacking up threes all day. What? He was 41% from three-point land. He averaged 20.3 points per game, 3 assists, 45% from the field, 75% from the line. Butler's 5-1. Last 3 games against Power 4 schools, he was going off. Let him live. They beat Virginia yesterday, or 2 days ago, whatever that was, and he had another big game there. Great game for him. He had, 25 points. 2 assists. Who cares? He was firing from all cylinders. He was great. 25 points. Let him live. Finley Bizjack, my guy. Good job. Tyvis, who's your overachiever?
My overachiever this one is like near and dear to my heart because this kid was an undrafted free agent. And when you go undrafted in the NFL and you're trying to make a way on a roster and make an impact, usually it comes through special teams. And this kid, Elijah Clark from the Dallas Cowboys, forced this fumble after being knocked down as a gunner on punt. Like, gunner it's a rough life. Let's just say that. And he was not going to be denied. So he takes off. The guy from the Eagles knocks him straight on his back, too. I'm talking about 10 toes in the air. He gets up, stays after it, gets to the ball, hits the guy, and forces the fumble, which then allows the Cowboys to end up scoring off of this drive. So that, to me, is relentless effort. That's what special teams is about, is giving 100% effort no matter what the circumstances was. And it was nice to see an undrafted dude make a play like that.
There we go. Dylan, your overachiever of the week?
To me, it's a guy that I've always had respect for, but I feel like has been kind of polarizing in like the Hall of Fame debate. Give me Matthew Stafford. He's 63 years old. He's got a bad back. But in his last 8 games, 25 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. It does not get any better than that, folks. And like I said, I feel like people used to disrespect him, say he was just putting up empty stats in Detroit. Nah, Matthew Stafford is that guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's having... You guys were both more on the Rams this preseason than I was, but...
Rams were my NFC pick.
I'm saying I'm very much wrong on that because the Rams continue to just...
I didn't know that their defense would be much improved. I always had concern about their corner play, but that Forbes Jr. kid, he's good.
Well,
and then that D-line they got, I knew that their D-line was good, but like they
get pressure without really sending like extra guys because they're always in zone. But if you have a couple of their corners who they've started to step it up, if they can start like just putting those guys on islands and then sending all kinds of exotic blitzes, which by the way, that'd be a good band name, Exotic Blitz. But anyway, like if you can send those exotic blitzes over at these quarterbacks, suddenly you're in business, and that's already a defense that's doing very well. By the way, how'd Baker look yesterday in that game? Dylan, your favorite guy.
Guys, the prophecy of 3 weeks ago has been fulfilled. 3 good teams on the schedule for Baker and the Bucs. 3 losses. Didn't really look good in any of them. We are in the Baker Mayfield cycle. You guys know about this?
Oh, very much so.
So
I'm a Browns fan. We're both Browns fans. What are you talking about? The Baker Mayfield cycle, we know it by heart.
Step 1 is play like crap.
Yep.
We've done that already.
Done that. Most of his career.
This is the one that's coming. Criticized by media. It's coming today. People are going to start hating on him.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes the underdog mentality.
Nobody believes in me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beat inferior opponent is the step after that. They got a lot of inferior opponents coming up on their schedule. So he'll stat pat. They'll get some wins. He'll call out people. Say, yeah, look at me. I beat all these bad teams. And then we'll repeat the cycle in the playoff. Play like crap and start all over again.
I don't think I'm wrong on this, right? Because did the Panthers, they didn't play this weekend. I think they were
played tonight.
Oh, they played.
Oh, no, they played tonight. That's right.
They played tonight.
We said that earlier against San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aren't they 6-5?
Yes, they are.
You know who else is 6-5? The Bucks.
I told you guys last week.
It's crazy.
Don't
to
look
think
now.
That. I know. Like I'm saying, the Panthers are looking at this, going, we could be in the lead, clear and free in this division if we go and win this game. So yeah.
You know what the best part of my weekend was? There were no Baker defenders in my mentions this weekend. 0. They're all gone.
That's
they
right.
left.
Honestly, that division is going to come down to the last week where the Panthers will play the Buccaneers. And that's going to be what it is.
Be a fun game.
That's going to be for
if
who
everybody
win
does
the division.
Do your job.
If
do that.
the Bucks miss the playoffs, I will be insufferable on this.
I'm sure you will, Dylan, and that's fine. Take your victory lap if it happens. There is a scenario where Ohio State and Michigan would play each other in the Big Ten championship. Seriously, that is a possibility. I hope it doesn't happen. I'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. We are still watching crews clear out a crash on the ramp from 270 eastbound to 71 northbound. This is on the north side of town. Everything else looking right up to speed across the metro, but expect to encounter crews over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sports books, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in Ohio.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and our Black Friday sales event starts now. Lease a 2026 Toyota Corolla LE for only $199 a month for 39 months. Now through December 1st at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit our website, TanskysawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky. $36.99 due at sighting with approved credit, tax title, and $387 doc fee not included. No security deposit required.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew. Something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and a cool, refreshing mountain dew. So give me my good vibes, give me a dew.
Grab some friends and an ice cold Mountain Dew today.
Mountain Dew.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Billiards Plus has gifts for everyone. Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, card tables, grills, and more. With professional delivery and installation, you'll beat the last-minute scramble. Reserve yours now. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Before you buy a diamond, visit Diamond Seller, because not all jewelers are created equal. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. For over 78 years, we've set the standard for craftsmanship, service, and value. Our in-house jewelers and gemologists work together to ensure every diamond is as brilliant as the person you love. All backed by our guaranteed best price. We don't just sell rings, we build relationships that last generations. So this holiday, before you say yes, make sure it's with the jeweler that's been trusted for over 7 decades. Visit Diamond Seller today.
When it's 6 a.m. and you need a skid steer and you want to talk to an actual person about skid steers, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and hardest working equipment experts in Columbus, we can help steer you to the right skid steer at the right price right now. Tracks or wheels, diesel or gas, light, medium, or heavy duty. Plus attachments for loading, grading, digging, drilling, tilling, and trenching. No wonder the Columbus builders building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loads and no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and Thanksgiving is approaching quick. Still plenty of time to get your Awaken 180 consultation on the calendar to receive your $500 off. It's a thank you from Awaken 180. No, you don't need to start the program right before Turkey Day. Simply have your consultation now and be ready to start the Monday after. 4 weeks before the new year, and with results like mine, you could be down 27 pounds on your way to dropping 50. Fast results, and now with $500 off. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders got his first start in Week 12 against the Raiders in Vegas. Sanders had a solid start, going 11 for 20 with 209 yards with 1 touchdown and an interception. And the Browns went on to win the game easily 24-10. The Browns will be back home next week to host the San Francisco 49ers. The Cincinnati Bengals got out to a 10-0 lead yesterday, but Drake May, the New England Patriots, erased that deficit quickly and would eventually go on to beat the Bengals 26-20. And Donovan Mitchell scored 37 points for the Cleveland Cavaliers last night en route to a 120-105 win versus the Los Angeles Clippers. This update is sponsored by Roosters. For every $50 you spend in Roosters gift cards this holiday season, you'll receive a $10 Roosters bonus buck at Roosters locations or at roosterswings.com.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can also get in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right in there along with Jerry's Jive Turkeys. Jerry not happy with Dylan. Dylan, how dare you not love Baker?
I'm not happy with Jerry. I don't care.
Jerry was saying basically that you're being like an against the grain fan, hating on Baker. And then,
no, he just sucks.
Well,
he's just not good.
Right.
That's not like people are acting like I'm trolling and like Baker's this great quarterback and I need to have this hot take that he's bad. It's not a hot take. He is bad.
By the way, Jay Stout said, Jerry, no one is more insufferable than Baker Bros. It's actually refreshing to hear the truth about Baker.
There we go.
He's Andy Dalton 2.0. People lost their minds over it. Dang. So there you go. I like it. Got people fighting over Baker Mayfield in the mentions today. I guess that's what happens when Shedeur Sanders has a great day. No one can fight about that anymore. So now we got to move on to another former Browns quarterback and argue about that. Deshaun Watson arguments coming up on deck when they bring him in for the last couple games of the year. That'll be fun.
Some guy on the post-game show last night was hammered. And he was talking about how he loved Baker and he missed Baker and with the Browns and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I was with Baker. I miss him. I'm not going to.
Was that guy watching the game? I guess he wouldn't have been yet because the postgame would have happened while that, I guess Tampa was technically getting ready to play when you were doing the postgame?
Technically, yes.
Yeah,
but I was laughing at it like, man, he at least celebrated this win for the Browns.
Bad. All right, so this is the very unlikely scenario that Ohio State and Michigan could double up and play each other 2 times in 2 weeks. I didn't even think this was possible because I thought if Ohio State lost to Michigan, they're obviously out of the Big Ten championship, but not necessarily. Okay. Number one, the only way Michigan can make the Big Ten championship is if they beat Ohio State, which that cannot happen this year.
Yeah,
okay. It cannot. No. It's not that it's not possible. We can't allow that to happen. Tyvis and I have already put our beards on the line this morning and said that if it does happen and Michigan wins, we will shave our beards off. I don't want to do that again.
I haven't seen my face like that since grade school.
Wow. You've had a beard since junior high?
Okay, not grade school. Since high school.
Okay. Ever since you could grow facial hair?
Correct.
You've had facial hair. All right, fine. But here's the scenario where Ohio State, so if they lost to Michigan, which, God, please don't let that happen, Wolverines get into the Big Ten championship. But here's there's a couple other scenarios that have to fall. Purdue has to upset Indiana, right? That's not going to
happen.
I know, but if it did, Indiana would then have the one loss, and Ohio State would have the one loss. They would go next to both of them didn't play each other, so what's next is common opponents. They both played Purdue. Obviously, then Indiana would have a loss to Purdue. Then you'd have the Oregon problem. Oregon would also have to lose
to
Washington. Then they'd have two losses.
That's not going to happen.
Right. So this is not happening, but it is theoretically possible that Ohio State and Michigan could meet in the Big Ten championship. And I just know, like, already I'm nervous for this game coming up.
That's so funny to me that you are nervous.
There's a scenario, Tyvis. We talk about it every year. It's never happened yet. But there is always a scenario where Ohio State and Michigan could play each other in the game and then go play it again a week later. It's not likely to happen this year, but some year it will happen. And I have no clue how this city will handle that when that time comes. Because we can barely handle one of these games.
So that means that if we beat them back to back, that counts as 2 years, two times.
2 wins.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, but what if you don't win both of them?
That's not an option. You're living in the hypothetical. I don't live in that.
No.
I'm living in what's going to happen.
Tyvis, I wish I had your confidence. I have watched the last 4 years of Ohio State football, and I have some doubts. That's all I'm saying. Not because of the talent on the field. The talent on the field last year, the Buckeyes won a national championship, and they played Michigan, and Michigan was trash last year. One of the worst Michigan teams we've ever seen.
It's not happening. I'm not even going to feed energy into it. I'm not even going to put the narrative out there of Ohio State losing. It's done.
Can I ask you guys about a hypothetical that's more likely?
Okay.
So I've told you guys before, I have a Julian Sayin Heisman ticket at plus 1,400 from way back when.
Okay.
Have been thinking about cashing out. I was really hoping he would have a big game while Indiana was on the bye week when Ohio State played Rutgers.
Yeah.
He did not.
No.
But is there any situation that you guys see Ohio State beating Michigan and Ohio State beating Indiana in the Big Ten championship game and Julian Sayin not winning the Heisman?
Yeah, that's possible.
Oh, yes.
But who are they giving it to then? Because you can't give it to Mendoza.
Can. Yeah, you can.
You could give it to, again, I don't think
I'm starting to get more love for Jeremiah Love.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I could see the voters falling in love with a Notre Dame running back. If they're saying look, here's the problem for the Julian Sayin Heisman campaign. As much as I hope it's successful, I got some flack on Twitter for mentioning this, that the Heisman tape you would submit for, like, look at this guy, look how great he is. You wouldn't send anything from the last 2 weeks when he hasn't had his two not number one wide receivers in a college program. He has two guys who, if they walked into the majority of NFL locker rooms today, limping and all, they'd still probably be wide receiver one in at least 2/3 of NFL locker rooms. Both Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. Do we disagree on that? Does anybody disagree that if they walked into an NFL locker room, Carnell Tate, maybe there's 10 teams that would say, no, we don't need you. We've got someone better. Everyone else would say, well, yeah, you probably are wide receiver one here. Come on in.
Yes.
Okay. So when Julian Sayin has lost not one but two of those guys, he doesn't look like a Heisman candidate, does he? The numbers aren't, regardless of what he looks like, regardless of what we know he's capable of, the numbers are not there the last 2 weeks. So that does put a little bit of a dent into his Heisman campaign. Not that that should matter. I don't care. But I had people arguing with me on Twitter saying, like, this guy's a pro all the way. How do you not see it? I'm like, yeah, I know he's a pro. He will be a pro, but most teams don't have two number one NFL level guys like that on their roster. So when you take those guys away, other college teams never had them to begin with. That's what those quarterbacks are dealing with. That's the case against Julian Sayin, like it or lump it. So he needed to have some bigger stats basically off these last 2 weeks for that Heisman campaign. Now he can fix all that by having a monster game against Michigan and a monster game against Indiana. It's not over. I'm just saying that's the part of the Heisman hype that needs to happen now. He has to have his Heisman moments to win this trophy.
The only way he's winning that is he has to have an unbelievable performance this week and next week. That to me, that's outside of those, and he has to have both, in my personal opinion.
Stats and big throws, big moments, gets hit, gets back
if they
up,
go out there and roll
stuff.
them, and that's fine too. I don't think there's a problem if he goes out there and rolls them, because for the fact that nobody's done that for 4 years.
Right. I let's be clear though. Julian Sayin can have the worst quarterbacking day ever, and if Ohio State wins 2-0, I'm thrilled as a Buckeye fan that they won. The arguments about him winning the Heisman versus beating Michigan are two separate things, are they not? You don't have to have him. He doesn't have to have a Heisman moment necessarily. You can still win that game other ways.
What is this Heisman moment?
Everybody now, that's apparently all we care about. We don't care about just being the best player. We've lost that. That's gone. So now we have to care about having moments where if you're Fernando Mendoza.
Who won the Heisman last year?
Who did win the Heisman?
Travis Hunter.
Because he was a two-way player. Generational, you never seen a guy like that.
Did he have a Heisman moment, though?
Every time he stepped on the field, because he played both sides of the football. That was his Heisman moment, Tyvis. Yeah, that was it. It was his to lose, as long as he didn't, crap himself on either side of the ball, and he didn't. But no, and then, what is it? Caleb Williams won it 2 years ago? Am I wrong?
That sounds right.
Would that have been when he did?
Yes, 2 years.
Right.
No.
3 years ago.
He didn't win it his last year. So
that's right.
Jaden Daniels at LSU, Caleb Williams the year before that.
Yes. Yeah. So that's whether it's right or wrong that people are doing this with Julian Sayin, I'm just telling you that there will be voters who looked at the last 2 weeks and saw dud stat lines and they're lazy. Some of the voters just are not doing the homework. So that narrative has been out there. The last 2 weeks did not do anything to not reinforce it. So I don't care, though. They won the games. He stays healthy. Now you got him for the stretch run. But if you're worried about him getting the Heisman, that's going to be the thing. He's got to have some big moments in these games. But for me, I just want them to beat Michigan. That's literally the only thing I care about. So I stay consistent on that. I have an idea on how to fix the worst game on the NFL calendar every single week. I have a solution for this, and I will tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching a crash on 315 northbound. The left shoulder blocked off just past Lane Avenue. Also still watching slow-moving traffic on the ramp from 270 eastbound to 71 northbound on the north side of town. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Remember that rush you got as a kid ripping open your favorite pack of cards? Well, guess what? You can feel it again at Midwest Cards. Right next to Nationwide Arena, this place is a collector's dream with thousands of packs from all eras. Chase that Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, pull a rare Michael Jordan, or even hit your favorite Pokemon and relive that childhood thrill. Plus, you can shop their pack wall, kick back in their roomy sports lounge, or even bring in your old cards to sell or trade. Get to Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
El Dorado Scioto Downs is your Caesars Rewards destination. And big news, Scioto Downs has been chosen to host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Scioto Downs for details.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and K miles per year ends 12/1.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday for good deals at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Save on remote starters, window tint, and all things car audio. Dash cams, Apple CarPlay, and more. Columbus Car Audio and Accessories Black Friday sale. Going on now. Morse Road, Main Street in Reynoldsburg, or columbuscaraudio.com.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Oh, this week it's Rivalry Week, or as we like to call it, Beat Michigan Week, or Try Not to Get Pepper Sprayed Week. Rivalry Week sounds better. Let's go with that.
Rivalry Week on the Fan is sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Ryan Day's proven he has what it takes to win a natty, but can he take control of the biggest rivalry in sports? Will Julian Sayin or Jeremiah Smith have a Heisman moment? Will the fan staff consume 500 wings in a single setting? Let's find out together. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at a mix of clouds and sunshine here for your Monday with highs into the mid to upper 50s here for this afternoon. Winds fairly light at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Heading into tonight, we're tracking more clouds and eventually some rain arriving after midnight, which will continue into the day on Tuesday. Highs are in the upper 50s here on your Tuesday, but we're tracking a cold front that will bring a few more rain showers here into Wednesday morning. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
What's the point of watching football all weekend if you can't overanalyze it?
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Two men, one appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
29 seconds left in the game. 21-19, Michigan leading. Ohio State second and goal out of the huddle. Antonio Pittman, single setback. Troy Smith under center. Smith with a football. Hands to Pittman. Left side, Pittman to the one, to the end zone. Antonio Pittman as he bumped off a defender. And Ohio State has reclaimed the lead.
That's a 20-year-old highlight, friends. 25-21, Buckeyes got it done up in the big house against Ann Arbor back in 2005. That was the Gonzo catch, right? Remember that, where Troy Smith threw it to him? He's up in the air, he gets bumped, lands somehow awkwardly, hung onto the football.
Yeah.
Man.
That was one of the
20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Buckeyes got to do that this week and go up there.
20 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. This is a long time building for this. That's why this rivalry is epic, because moments like that They feel like those moments just happened yesterday, and then turn around and look, and 20 years go by.
I'm getting old.
Turn around and look 4 years in a row go by where Ohio State loses to Michigan. So we can't have that happen. Go up to Ann Arbor, get the job done. Of course, we will have all the coverage, all the action right here on the Fan. Tomorrow, just at 8 o'clock, so less than 24 hours from now, we will talk to Jim Tressel at 8 o'clock right here on the Fan on T-Bone and Tyvis. So he will join us to talk about that game and presumably others. Who knows?
I have to say this. I'm mad at Edric Houston.
Why?
Because IGB got this interception.
Davison Igbinosin, yes.
And he turned up like he just won the Super Bowl. He gave the ball to the fans.
Really
he gave the ball to the fans.
To the sideline, he ran up and threw the ball up in the stands.
For
whole
him to be called back, man. Like he really was robbed in this moment.
Didn't you feel like as you were watching that? Because they were like, there's a flag on the play. And it's like, oh, man, someone needs to tell him. Because he's like taking his clothes off and trying to just, he was celebrating like the season was over because he got an interception.
I feel so bad for him.
I kind of don't.
I feel
just act like you've been there before and hand the ball to the ref and go, I do that.
Because, man, you don't know the feeling you get to do all that, and then they say it was a flag.
Yeah, don't do all that. You know what? If you do that in the national championship game, then celebrate like that. But come on.
Oh, my gosh.
I thought he was going to climb up to the broadcast booth and go on with Paul and Jim and just give an interview during the game. I was like, what is he doing? He was going up into the stands.
So funny that I can't stop watching it.
Yeah, that was.
Got up.
That game was weird. That Rutgers game, I said it earlier. I think basically Ryan Day has learned we don't have to scheme things up for the Rutgers of the world. We just run our offense. We do our stuff. That's why I feel like they threw that weird lateral on the kickoff. That's why I feel like Lincoln Kienholz was in and then back out and then back in. Because it was like Ryan Day decided, I want to work on this crap before we play Michigan. And I'm going to do it in the last scrimmage that we have. You're doing this against Power 4 teams. Big Ten teams, you're doing basically a scrimmage where you don't have to even scheme things up and you're still beating them by 40. So, yeah, or 30, whatever it was. So, yeah, Buckeyes rolled.
They started Adolf Hitler at wide receiver. David Adolf.
Stop with that.
His last name is Adolf.
Sorry.
They did have a line. I forget who they were saying. They're like, so-and-so's really excited about Adolf. And I was like, we just don't need to phrase it like that. I don't mean I know what you're saying, but
wait a minute.
We don't need to phrase it like that.
One last thing on this IGB. Did they have to give the ball back?
Usually you have to get
the fans have to throw the ball back.
I think isn't it usually on the equipment director for the other team if it's because it's their
it's Rutgers' ball.
It's Rutgers' like prepared football because they rub them up with all the mud and all that stuff they do. They're different than the kicking balls.
So you think they went up to that
student manager had to go find whoever Igbinosin gave it to and said, "Excuse me, I need that football back." Yeah, that's a thing. They have to go get it.
Oh man,
So I have a scenario. I feel like in the NFL, there's a lot of exciting games, right? But every weekend, there's a few games where you go, that game looks terrible on paper. And I think we can fix that problem. Here's my solution. You tell me if I'm wrong. I'm watching the Giants hang with the Lions yesterday. Inexplicably, did not see that coming. I had the Lions.
Ain't no hang with them. They was winning.
That's what I mean. Well, they lost 34-27, but like the entire game, the Lions had to come back in that game. It was, looking in doubt for them throughout most of it, right? But that was a game where Jameis Winston started for the Giants, and he had a tremendous day. Not only throwing the football, he had 366 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he also caught a touchdown pass. Like, he was everywhere. And here's my solution to fix boring NFL games, because when Jameis Winston is in the game, I'm not saying your team's going to win, but it's going to be interesting. We have so many games where you go look at the starting quarterbacks, and both of them are hurt, or maybe one of the starting quarterbacks has just turned out to be bad and the other one's hurt, and no one's excited about the games if the quarterbacks aren't good.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston for all-time quarterback in the NFL. What you do is you take him off the Giants, you let them figure out what they got to do, compensate them. You give him an NFL helmet and an NFL uniform. Like when Rob Lowe goes to an NFL game and he wears the NFL hat, that's what Jameis Winston, you put him in that uniform. And you go find the worst game of the week every week, and you say, Jameis is playing all-time quarterback. Your quarterbacks suck. Let them have the week off to get healthy or learn how to throw or whatever. And Jameis just comes in and draws up plays in the sand and just says, all right, you go out, you run a post, you run out to the flat, you go on 3. And they just run the Jameis offense. Both teams get him as their quarterback. I guarantee you that game will be interesting.
Well,
I don't know if it'll be good, but it'll be interesting.
It will be a lot of touchdowns and a lot of picks.
Right.
It'll be 6 touchdowns thrown and 6 interceptions thrown.
Yeah.
That's just what it's going to be. So it'll be interesting from that standpoint. But then, like, wouldn't you say, like, point shave and be like, why is he throwing picks for this team but not that team?
He's all-time quarterback. Everybody, look.
Nah.
Did you not play all-time quarterback when you were a kid?
Yeah,
you didn't have someone that you
But
had.
I threw dimes, though.
That's what he's good at. He just wants to throw dimes.
But I'm saying if he get out there and he throw 2 picks, like say if it was the Bucks and Rams and he was the quarterback for both teams and he threw 2 picks for the Bucks but none for the Rams, I'd be like, what are you, point shaving?
No. Here's what you do. Here's how you affect that. You tell him every time you throw a touchdown, it goes to charity. His favorite charity. He plays for the favorite charity. So then if he throws picks and is bad, it's like, look at you. Why do you hate the kids with cancer that you're playing for? Now you know. Instead,
is
now
the charity the United Negro College?
It can. He can pick whatever he wants. I'm just saying, give him an incentive. His incentive would be, I want to win. But also, if it's like, well, I'm conflicted because now I'm playing for both teams, it's like every time you throw a touchdown, if you hit over 300 yards in a game for either team, you get more money for your charity, all that stuff. I'm just saying that, would you not tune in? Like when we have the London game, people are like, ooh, who's playing at 9:30 in the morning? Let's tune in.
James.
Even if it's 2 bad teams, you still tune in because it's the London game.
Well, it's football.
If every week we had the all-time quarterback game, the Jameis Winston game, where you just know, like, who they give Jameis to this weekend. I see they gave him to the Dolphins and the Saints. Great. Let's just watch that. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'd check into that.
Jameis to Waddle and Jameis to Chris Olave.
You'd find out.
I tune in for that.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but at 6'4", 230, I wouldn't mind seeing him at wide receiver again.
Oh, dude.
That catch he made
was fantastic.
Stop it.
Let him play like goal line receiver?
No, but he caught it at like didn't he catch it at like the 12 and then like just
he
made
hit the spin move on somebody and got in the end zone.
Put him in the dirt. Yeah.
Speaking of, we were talking about I think it was on the post game. Somebody said
on the Browns post game show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or was it here?
I don't know. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Myles Garrett getting serious MVP consideration.
That was probably on the post game.
That was the pregame show. It was the pregame show.
I said something much more salient, which is he's just the greatest defensive football player I've ever seen. So just light praise like that is all I've thrown.
But it was the pregame show yesterday. So what happened? I said, well, if that's the case, if he breaks the sack record, right, he should already be mentioned in there. But they should do what they did with J.J. Watt and put him in on offense and throw him goal line fades. Let him score on offense.
Why not?
I think he could do it.
Yeah, I think he could too.
What is he? 6'5", like 240.
But you've seen him when he plays in like the celebrity basketball games they do around the All-Star weekend. Where he's just like
throw him a jump. I love to see it. Like
he can go up and get alley-oops and stuff in that game. I'm sure he can go up and get a jump ball in the NFL. Why not?
I would like to see him in like a Wildcat situation as well. Who's going to tackle that guy?
True enough.
Yeah,
you know what I'd say? just have a rub route for him where he doesn't even have. He just like is the guy that you run into. You run the defender into him, and that guy then has to be carted off the field because they're not used to run. They're used to running into other wide receivers who don't weigh what he does, who aren't built of just solid muscle. Yeah, I think that'd be. I like all these ideas. Let's have an all-time quarterback. Let's have Myles Garrett playing offense. When that Caden Proctor dude comes from Alabama, when he gets in the league, the offensive lineman, let him play offensive series too as well. Like I want all this goofiness in the NFL. There's too much seriousness in the NFL. College football seems like we always have crazy stuff like that happening. Who's your guy on Iowa that nobody
Caden Weegan?
Yeah, because no one can punt to him until they do, and then he takes it to their house.
To the crib.
Did it this weekend again.
CWB.
He is 100%. We can play the full song for him because he is.
He's a cold white boy to me.
Certified. And whose record did he break?
Tim Dwight.
Again.
CWB.
Yeah, 100%. That's.
You know he still runs track.
Tim Dwight does?
Yeah, we did the tailgate show out there. We had interviewed him.
Yeah.
And he was
with Big Ten Network.
Yeah, he was like the time we had to pick a certain time because he had to do his track workout because I guess his kid run track.
Okay.
So he like does the track workouts with his son.
Okay.
And he was like, I have to do the workout, then I could do the interview. So like he came fresh off the track workout. And I'm like, you still doing he did.
It's like a coach now, right?
Yeah,
he's coaching his son.
He's
I guess.
built different, man.
That's crazy.
With all this being said, is Iowa CWB University?
Oh, Riley Moss.
Cooper DeJean. George Kittle?
George Kittle.
I mean,
yeah.
This is not for me. I can't make any decision on this. This is Tyvis's call 100%. Is this the new fight song for them? They just learn how to play this song, and then they all just run out on the field?
I have to get back to you on that one.
You do some research.
That's a good argument right there.
We are going to talk to our guy, Joshua Perry. The breakdown. We'll talk. What do you think we're going to talk about with the OSU legend? We'll talk Ohio State, Michigan next. 2 minutes away. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching a crash on 315 northbound just past Lane Avenue. We've got the left shoulder blocked off over there. And then on the north side of town, we're watching crews clear out an issue on the ramp from 270 eastbound to 71 northbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time, Sam.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are just getting hot.
Time for our annual Ford Holiday Gift Guide.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with great deals on trucks and SUVs from Ford, America's all-time best-selling auto brand.
Don't forget the first rule of holiday gift giving, Hank.
What's that, Sam?
Always remember to treat yourself, too.
Well said.
Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry-reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Hey guys, you've heard of TRT, but you have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Once you start treatment, you'll wish you had done it sooner. All the guys I know go to Synergenics and Low T Center for TRT. The test is free, not hundreds of dollars. The testosterone is pure, not compounded. Guys feel full of energy, not like they're still waiting for it to kick in. Get in now for your free TRT test. No appointment necessary before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Buckeyes, the Big Ten, and the rest of college football. We tackle it all in the breakdown with Joshua Perry.
Every Monday this year time, we talk to Joshua Perry, all things college football. But of course, you know, when we talk to Joshua today, there's nothing on the docket, buddy, other than Ohio State and Michigan. I hope you know that. That's all we're planning on talking about. So welcome in. Are you feeling nervous at all like I am, or are you like Tyvis, you just have utter confidence?
I'm nervous. I don't, Tyvis, congratulations. Like, glad that you feel very confident. This is what it must have been like in the 90s. You know, that's how I feel right now, how people felt during the Cooper era. And there's no disrespect to Ryan Day, but I can't get the last few meetings out of my mind.
Josh, really? Really? What is it about this Wolverine team that scares you the most?
Well, it's not really anything about the Wolverines team. Let me be perfectly clear about that. I do think Bryce Underwood has played much better. The last performance he had against Maryland was really good. They started to utilize the tight ends. It's the same team that they've always wanted to be. Like, they have injuries in the running back room. They just keep rolling guys out there, so you know that's what they want to do. Defensively, they started off really aggressive, and then they kind of toned it back. But now they've found their flow a little bit. They can't stop the pass, right? So if Jeremiah and Carnell are healthy and they play, I feel like that's the edge in the game right there. But if it's the same group that we saw on Saturday against Rutgers, it certainly feels like it becomes a little bit more of a stickier matchup.
Yeah, I'm with you, Joshua. Like, it's not about anything I see from Michigan. Like I saw, but again, you brought up the running back injuries, right? They're so injured at running back, Tyvis. They even have Max Bredesen, who's their fullback, who's like their big blocking. He was on crutches on the sidelines of that Maryland game. It's like everyone's hurt, and yet they still had this dude, Bryson Cusdole, ran for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns because that's the only thing they do well. But other than that, yeah, they're very one-dimensional. I'm not worried about this Ohio State defense against them. If it was any other team than that stupid maize and blue helmet with their dumb winged logo on it, I would think this is a 25-point game easily. But because of the intangibles, That's what gets me nervous. And as someone who lived through the Cooper era, you brought that up, Joshua. Like, that's the thing. I have those nerves that are shredded right now. And the last 4 years have done nothing to make me feel good about that. So help me feel good about the matchup without all the intangibles. What's the part you like most for Ohio State coming into this game?
Yeah, so, I mentioned Michigan's defense, and early on in the year, they were overly aggressive. Wink Martindale looked like Don Brown at times early in the year. And so they toned it back, and I think it's allowed their front seven to just kind of go out there and play. But the issue is their back end has kind of been hanging out there to dry. And so you think Julian saying throwing to some of the weapons Ohio State has, there will be shots downfield. Like, this is the matchup where if you want to try to throw it on a Michigan defense, I think you can. Now, trying to run it into their defense, maybe you don't feel as good about that. But once again, I don't love the way the offensive line has looked over the last few weeks. I think our running backs do a really good job of making the most of some of the looks. They're hard to tackle. We mentioned Michigan. They want to run the football. We know that's what they want to do. Their offensive line is really young, and they've gotten much better over the course of the year. But you look at Ohio State and their front seven and just the monsters that they have up there, like, they should be able to build a pretty good run wall. And then if you have to make it a Bryce Underwood to Andrew Marsh kind of game, which Marsh, their wide receiver who's a freshman, that guy's going to play in the NFL. Really good player. I like the way Iggy's played this year. Right? Like, I love the way Caleb Downs has looked this year. So, once again, the matchup favors Ohio State. Like, very clearly, Ohio State is the better team. This is a game that they should win. Doesn't matter that it's on the road. None of that matters. But it's the thing that we said last year, and none of us anticipated that outcome. And so that's where I think if you're a fan, you get a little bit nervy. It has nothing to do with these teams. It's just this idea of it's the one thing that's been standing in the way the last couple years.
I was watching Big Noon this past Saturday, and obviously they had Dave Portnoy, and he was talking to Urban about the game. And he says that he did this thing where it's pressure.
Gosh, that was so annoying.
And I was laughing.
So annoying.
I was laughing at it.
I haven't watched him all year long. I refuse to watch that.
Good for you. You don't need to watch it. But it was just funny to hear him say that, because to them, their recipe is he feels that they just need to be in the game by halftime. If they get to halftime and they're in the game, he feels like that they're going to win. And for as long as I can remember, Ohio State has always been one of the best at second half adjustments. Do you feel like that's not the case anymore when it comes to this game?
Well, no, I mean, like, I think generally Ohio State in the second half has been really good under Ryan Day. Like, first half against Rutgers probably wasn't the prettiest half. And like, these guys just, they just keep putting pressure on teams. Against Penn State this year, right? Like, that first half was a little bit weird, and then Ohio State comes out in the second half and it's not a game at all. It's the mental aspect there against Michigan where you feel like, okay, do you start pressing, whatever the case is? And it's so unique because, like, as a player, and I was talking to Jake Butt, who does a great job on BTN, Michigan Wolverine guy from Pickerington, wish he would have played with us. But I was talking to him about this game, and our mentalities right now are completely different than they were in college. I always respected Michigan. I never went into that game feeling like I was going to be nervous to play those dudes. Like, okay, come on out here and let's play the ball game. And he said in college every year, like, they would try to talk themselves into the fact that they could win the game. And then they would end up just like something would happen and immediately in game, they're like, we're not going to win. And now he's workshopping ideas on like, oh yeah, this is the edge for Michigan. And then I got to be like, but Jake, on paper, that's not really an edge. And he's like, yeah, I know, but it's a mental thing there. So I could see where Portnoy's like, oh, get it to halftime. On paper, that's still not good enough. But once again, I think people are leaning into this idea of like some sort of mental block when it comes to this game that I hope just doesn't exist. And frankly, Ryan Day's looked much better this year in terms of his, the way he talks to the media and his approach. I'm not sure it's going to be a factor, but it's the one thing that's a question.
Joshua Perry joining us in the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. By the way, if you go to our YouTube channel, you can actually see Joshua if he sounds a little different because we actually have the video linked up. So nice little surprise for you there. Thanks for doing that, Joshua. And Jake Butt, you mentioned he'll be on with us 24 hours from now. We're going to have him on tomorrow to talk a little bit of that.
Love that.
We're keeping all the Pickerington guys on the show this week as much as we can. So I want to ask you about memories going up to Ann Arbor. 2013 game. That video was online again this weekend, kind of making the rounds of the tunnel, where that the way they have that dumb setup anyway, where both teams have to go in and out of the same tunnel. Naturally, there's been plenty of dust-ups. Ask Michigan State about it, but you guys don't have to. You both were there, I believe, right, when that happened. What do you recall from that particular Michigan game in 2013 when there was that dust-up in the tunnel between the two teams?
I mean, you get both of the teams coming down the tunnel at the same time, and like there's somebody who's bound to start barking. And we had guys who were edgy going up there, and we had a bunch of dudes who like to run their mouth. I'm gonna put it like that. And so that tunnel situation gets a little bit tense because they've got guys who are the same way. And then that trickled onto the field for us. That's a game, if you remember, we had a couple guys get ejected. Marcus Hall has a moment that we see on T-shirts and we see on memes nowadays. And that's kind of the angst and the hate that goes along with that. Now, I think that our rivalry is very respectful. You talked about Michigan State. Like, there's no love lost there. That gets really ugly. So that was one of those spots where, like, you kind of look back and it's like, it's the rivalry. We don't care. But, like, I hope the guys can keep it clean from that standpoint. But, again, like, being in that environment, it's weird. And it's everybody hates you when you go up there. We needed Tyvis Powell to have some heroics, Mr. Save the Day over there so we could get a win in 13. We went up there in 15 and it was way less dramatic. We stomped them. Like, it wasn't even close. Beat their ass 42-13 last time we faced Michigan, right? So, like, you never know, but the environment, it always delivers.
You mentioned that you had some guys who like to run their mouth, is how you put it. Is Tyvis one of those guys?
Tyvis always runs his mouth. That's the problem. Like, you can't distinguish between Tyvis talking smack and Tyvis just talking. Like, that's the difference.
Hey, I like to make the game. It's the only time in that game that I really talked a lot was 2015. 2015, because that was the year that it was Jim Harbaugh's first year, and it was, this is the year. They're going to get you guys this year. And we had Chris Spielman come in, and I'm telling you guys right now, it's a different thing. They're going to be good this year. And we went up there and beat the brakes off of him. And me and Vaughn was like an AM radio talking to Jim on the sideline. Where is Jim at? He was talking all this. Y'all getting beat worse than when Brady was the coach. So y'all might need to fire him now. It was going.
That's what I hope.
So
we get
I'll say this real quick.
Yeah.
In 13, Tyvis had himself an Igmanosin moment where after he got the pick, the ball boy was trying to get the ball back, and Tyvis was doing this thing where he would put the ball out, and then the ball boy reached for it, and then he'd pull the ball back. It was hilarious.
They don't need it no more.
That was one of
their
the
season's over, Josh. Season's over.
What do they need the football for? Yeah, get the new footballs for next year.
It was so good.
Joshua, I hope next Monday when we talk, Tyvis and I, we put our beards on the line. So hopefully we have our beards, and we will be talking about. Yeah, they're on the line.
Well, I know you've done it, but Tyvis,
beards on the line.
You might be an ugly dude without a beard.
Find out on Monday, among other things. It'll all be here, and we'll break it down with you next week, Joshua. Thanks for taking the time this morning. All right.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. There you go. Joshua Perry joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. The buzzer is next. We'll talk with Ryan Baker, too. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Monday. Right now, no major crashes across your central Ohio roadways. Busy traffic on 71 as you make your way into downtown and on 315 right near campus. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
You know, most people will agree with this. Life is a lot better without pain and more comfort. Hey, it's Anthony. I used to buy the over-the-counter insoles, thinking that just the cushion itself would solve everything. It didn't. So I finally got serious about support. I went to the Good Feet store where I was personally fitted for arch supports. I started feeling relief, more stability, and stuff stopped aching. My lower back felt better. I don't care whether you're an athlete or you're retired. Get greater comfort and confidence from personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. That's because their arch supports are designed to align your body from the feet up, and they can help provide relief from pain and discomfort like it has for me. They have an expert staff trained to understand your specific needs, and they recommend the best solutions. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store at one of their convenient locations on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City, or, of course, learn more, a lot more, at goodfeet.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time, Sam.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are just getting hot.
Time for our annual Ford Holiday Gift Guide.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with great deals on trucks and SUVs from Ford, America's all-time best-selling auto brand.
Don't forget the first rule of holiday gift giving, Hank.
What's that, Sam?
Always remember to treat yourself, too.
Well said.
Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry-reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify. Ryan Day's Buckeyes head to Ann Arbor for a battle with the cheating-ass cheaters.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday morning at 6:30 with the kick at noon.
Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
An absolutely loaded week. If you want to hear Buckeye guests, we've got them for you all week long here on The Fan. Tomorrow morning, Jim Tressel joins us, T-Bone and Tyvis, at 8 a.m. Jake Budd will join us at 8:30, not from the Buckeyes, but to talk about the OSU-Michigan game. Pickerington guy, former Michigan tight end. And then on Wednesday, some guy named Urban Meyer will join Bishop and Friends at 9:30. So mark your calendars. Listen for that. Ryan Baker joining us from Bishop and Friends. Good morning, Bake. How are you?
I'm okay. We could have maybe more guests right now planned for the week. They could have reached back out to me, but I would have no clue because sometime between 1:35 last night and 7:40 this morning, my phone just decided to die. So I woke up this morning. I'm like, why in the world is it so light out? Oh, that's because I'm late.
Oh, no. Because are you
Let's go.
The phone's the alarm, right?
Yeah.
Your body doesn't have a natural alarm?
Well, it usually does, but I woke up at 1:35 in the morning, so I must have been in some good sleep, Tyvis. I don't know. You and I left here about 9:30 last night after the Browns, after you were done with your stuff.
You was out of here before me.
I went straight home. That's because you made a pit stop with your old man bladder.
Yeah, whatever.
I went straight home and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go upstairs to bed. Even if I don't fall asleep right away, I'm going to go to bed. So I went up there, probably fell asleep within 20 minutes. Woke up at 1:35. Jody Shelley was confirming Shelley time for us today. He had just landed in L.A., so he decided it was a good idea to text me then, and it woke me up.
So that got you up?
So my phone was still working then, but now, not so much. 3 different chargers, still dead.
Yeah, that's no good.
Well, then maybe it's time. How long you had this phone?
Well, I've had it almost a year because I was at the state championships last year for football, and it died on me up there.
You got a droid. You got a droid, don't you?
I don't know what that means.
Android.
I have a Motorola Edge that's dead.
That's
right
why.
now,
that's exactly the point.
You're saying you don't have an Apple phone.
It's time to.
No.
It's time
Tyvis
to
wants you on
get with the times.
No.
Get with the times.
Because then you have to change your whole life. You have to get a Mac computer, an Apple Watch, and all this stuff. I'm out.
Big,
No.
I don't need the group thing.
Listen.
And also, they'll decide to upgrade to their newest thing, and then your phone's out of date. It won't work right. You got to go ahead and get the new $1,000 phone. So, no, I'm good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm holding out too. I'm not going iPhone. Sorry.
I'm an Apple user, and I'm not even arguing with Baker.
See?
I'm just in the cult. They got me, but everything he said is true.
And
That's what
Dylan
they do.
and I never agree, so there. Hey, it's Michigan week, boys.
Yeah,
Let's go.
That's right. We got a lot to talk about
Are
this
you
week.
nervous too? Like
Tyvis,
Tebow?
I grew up in the John Cooper area. My knees have been knocking.
This, man. This is ridiculous, man. I don't live my life like that.
Tyvis, you don't understand.
I just don't live my life like that.
You lived in the spoils of Urban Meyer. Jim Tressel.
I was alive in Cooper's days.
Hardly.
I'm about to see him here so shortly too.
Coach Coop, you got to do the coach's show.
Hey, let me tell you. I love Coach Coop, and I have said this, and I will stand by it. If we had a 12 or possibly a 16-team playoff back then, maybe the guy wins a championship at some point. Maybe we don't just define his career by that Michigan game.
It's true.
However, we'll never know. Even if we had a 14, how many years if they had a 14 playoff? Ohio State would have been in there multiple times.
You're right.
That's a different era. It's a different time.
Tyvis, let's take the 90s out of it.
My beard is on the line.
Let's
this year,
take the 90s out
when
of it.
I put something on the line, they usually come through. So
I've heard a lot of that at Papa Shot. Let's take the 90s out of it. No 90s. Just the past 4 years have your knees knocking, don't they?
No.
Because last year, the gap. Listen, I believe Ohio State is a better football team this year than they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? That Michigan team is a better team this year than they were last year.
Okay.
And I think the gap between what they were last year and this year is wider than what Ohio State is. So I think Ohio State's better, but that team last year was really good too, right? They ended up winning the national championship, played their best football after that Michigan game. But still, the spread was 20.5 last year, and you lost.
Well,
How can you not be peeing down your leg right now as a Buckeyes fan?
Ryan Day got finessed.
I understand.
He got finessed into a game that he shouldn't have been playing.
4 years. So why would you not be nervous this year?
Well, people don't typically make the same mistake twice.
What if they make it 4 years?
That's like if I walked over if I walked over to you and I slapped you with my right hand, and then the next time you see me and I flinched at you with the right hand, you'd move out the way, right?
I'm just saying. Look, he's been successful. I want him to keep being successful here. This is not about firing anyone. November Ryan Day has been a different guy than Ryan Day the rest of the year. And all I'm saying is I need November Ryan Day to show up and make it a new thing.
We act as if he's never won this game before.
Yes, but the last time he won it, we didn't know what COVID was. I'm just saying, it's been a while. Stained. We gotta get past it. We gotta move. We gotta get it done this year.
Tyvis, I know you're the most positive person in the world, except for Nicole Sheeran. You're the most positive.
I can't wait till Monday to come in here next Monday and talk.
Me too, buddy.
This is a nothing burger.
But
to
you
me.
can't not be nervous.
I'm not. There's not an ounce in my body. I don't see it going any other way.
Baker, you know what I heard?
I really don't.
He doesn't care like you and I do, so that's what it is. He's just detached from it all. We just live it a little bit more than he does.
It's not that I'm detached. It's just I just
looks at his 4 gold pants.
Last year, it was just weird things happened last year. I feel like
that's
all things considered.
What about the year before?
They lost that game.
What about the year before that?
The year before that, they were the better team.
Tyvis, I've been raised.
And then the years before that, that's when the cheating stuff happened.
Look, there's no way to impart to you what it feels like when you hear the name Tim Biakabatuka for the first time and go, who's this guy and what's he doing? There's no way. I was raised on these Tie streets falling down.
You know who else had a moment like that?
Springs falls down and Tie Street scores.
You know who else had a moment like that?
Who's that?
Tyvis Powell. They never heard of him until he saved the season.
See?
What year were you born, by the way?
94.
When was Tim Biakabatuka?
90.
Yeah, don't talk to me about the Cooper era. Don't talk to me.
Where was it?
93.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
We can do that, and we will do that all week long here on The Fan, because I think that's where the OSU fan base is right now.
I do think the Buckeyes win, though. I'm nervous. I'm nervous as hell, but I do think they win.
I do too.
They're the better team.
By the way, you guys are going to have Austin Ward coming up at 9:30, Bill Bender with the sporting news, and Shelley time at 11:30. Unless your phone breaks, which it has, now you can't confirm.
Well, the phones here work, I think, so we should be okay.
That's good.
I have Jody's number memorized by heart, so that one I'm okay.
That's good. Malik Neighbors had to delete something off his phone. I'm guessing if he posted to Twitter via his phone. He posted this after the Giants almost beat the Lions. He said, "Sometimes I think they're making us lose on purpose. It's no way, bro. You throw the ball instead of running it to make them burn 2 timeouts. Then you don't kick the field goal. Then they have to go down and score. Football, common sense. Am I missing something?" Tweeted and deleted shortly after that loss to the Lions. Not a good look. That's bad. I'm just saying. That when the players themselves are tweeting out the conspiracy theories, that's when it gets a little.
That sounded like a tanking allegation, did it not?
Oh, it 100% did, and the call is coming from inside the house in New York. Well,
either they tank it or they messing up his parlay. One of the two.
The NFL is just drunk every weekend. You never know what's going to happen in that league.
That's exactly right. Every week, it's something else. All right, Bishop and Friends is next. Have a great Monday. We will talk to you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. Right now, no crashes that we're watching across your Central Ohio roadways. Busy traffic on 71 near downtown and on I-70 on the far west side. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.